Just let some people come in. All right, viewer. Fuck it. You ready for another day? It's Friday, boys. It's Friday. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, channel. It's been a hell of a week. It's been a hell of a week, eh? Like, we got through it though, man. Today's Friday. It's 10:30 in the morning. So we've gotten through the week, mate. Okay? We've made it through. Okay? It has been it hasn't been an easy week. It hasn't been a good week. It hasn't been a bad week. It's another week I don't see my echo, which will be forever. That's the only thing that I reflect on. But there's so much happening in the world. So we'll let this thing crack away a little bit. We'll let it we've only got 7. Fuck you, mate. It's my live stream. You don't fucking like it. There's the door. It's fucking simple. You don't like what I talk about. Yeah, there's the door. You don't like what I say. There's the door. You know, I don't actually give a flying rat's ass. I really don't. I am too old to worry about and give a shite about your feelings. There's a lot of shit going down, boys. There is a lot of fucking shit. So do not be distracted by bullshit. You know, you've got a lot of reality stuff that you need to worry about and you need to think about and you need to keep on top of. So don't let all the distractions take you off your path. I'm slowly getting better. Okay, I'm slowly, right, getting back to where I was before I even met that fucking person, right? That's what I'm getting back to. I'm getting back to that. Unfortunately, I'm 8 years behind. I'm 8 years behind in all of that because I've got to start down the bottom again. I've got to start right down the fucking bottom again, you know? Exactly where a woman wants you to be, at the bottom. Okay? Oh, fucking hell. You can let your mind go wherever. You can let it wander. It's easy to let your mind wander, boys. Don't. You must stay on your path. And do not give any of your energy to these women. Okay? You know how much energy I wasted on that person? Do you understand how much energy, how much of my mind, how much of my feelings, heart that I wasted on another person who didn't give a shit? You know, they're happy that you're down. They're happy that you're sad. They're happy that you're alone. They're happy that you're lonely. They're happy. That's what makes them happy, to see you unhappy. Okay? So don't waste your time on that bullshit. Really, I'm trying to, you know, get you onto a path, boys, where you don't give a shite. I'm back to where I was before. I don't give a shite. Okay? Call me, don't call me, doesn't matter to me. You want to get married, not married? I didn't even ask you. You want kids, you don't want kids? I never asked you. Okay? I had a Sheila yesterday, boys. I'm walking down the road here. I had a Sheila try and pull me. You know, hi, how are you? I'm sitting there, like, looking at the chicken. I look behind me, man. I'm thinking she's talking to someone behind me. She's fucking, swear to God. And it was me that she was talking to. And I was just standing in the street. I'm on my phone, man. I was just mucking around, you know, just get out of the house and go for a walk. You know, and she's trying to make convo with me, mate. You know, and I am not fucking, I'm just not. It's just not going to happen for me, okay? Fucking, I'm out of there, okay? I've seen the stresses, I've seen it, I've dealt with it, I've had enough. There is nothing that you can bring to my table. Fucking nothing. Nothing. You know, the vag, mate, you're giving it too much power. It has too much power. Same as me. You know, same as me, brother. You know, I'm just as guilty. Yeah, but you got to get out of that. You got to get away from their power. Anyway, I didn't come online to talk about Sheilas. Fuck Sheilas. I don't want to be wasting my fucking air and my breath and my energy about fucking Sheilas. Okay, you need to be concentrated on your game. You need to be concentrated on your path, man, and on your fucking game. Because I am so. I'm kind of rapt that I didn't listen to everybody. Put it that way. You know, I'm really glad that I'm stubborn and I will stick to my fucking path. Whether you like it, she doesn't like it, they don't like it, I don't fucking care. I still stick with my path, don't I? And look where I am now. Okay? A big difference from where I was, sleeping on a fucking garage floor. Okay? Sleeping in a spare room, mate, hoping that the person that I'm in love with comes in to say goodnight. Fuck you! I'm dirty on it, bro. Dirty on it. Dirty on the whole thing. And I don't even get to see my child. So I owe them nothing. Nothing. I owe the family law court nothing. I owe the lawyers nothing. I owe you nothing. I owe you nothing. Nothing. So from now on, things are going to be a bit different on my channel because I don't give a shite. Okay? Now, we're not going to be wasting our time and our breath and our fucking energy on this shit. That's it. That's enough that needs to be said about that. That's it, viewer. You understand, boys? You let it out and then you let it go. Let it fucking go, brother. We have a lot more important fucking matters to discuss. Okay? Mate, we are about to witness the most amazing thing that has never happened in history for 60 years, 100 years. And not a lot of people are awake to it. You know, I've been telling you about it for years. I've been fucking warning you and been asking you, and you laughed at me. You laughed at me. You know, you told me I'm an idiot. You told me I don't know what I'm looking at, you know, and I tried fucking telling my own channel. And none of you fucking listened to me. None of you. You all made fun of the lorddobby. Understand? Understand? Now look at ya. Now look at your viewer. Huh? Look at ya. Yes, it's my birthday soon. It is the lorddobby's fucking birthday, mate. The most handsomest, the most charismatic, the most humble of all live streamers that fucking exist, mate, is the lorddobby. I've been thinking about changing that because I'm not very fucking lordly. It's not much of a lord here. I was just thinking about changing it to Dobby. It's fucking Dobby. Fuck this lord shit, man. Fucking, I got rid of the king. I'm not a fucking king. Only Jesus Christ is the fucking king, brother. That's the only king that we have on this earth is the fucking Lord Jesus Christ. So I'm not calling myself Lord no more. It was a nice amusing thing there for a while, but it fucking, right, it doesn't really work. No, not until later in the month, man, the 23rd. The 23rd. How you doing, Marshall, you piece of fucking shit? I hope you're good, man.
I hope you're happy, healthy, and well, man. You know, because I fucking care about you, Marshall. You know, I think about you, bro. You know. Da, 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 da. No. I don't have any drink, man. I don't drink alcohol. I never drink alcohol, Triple. You'll never see me drunk.
I don't like alcohol, man. I'm just, it makes me feel sick. Gubbins is dead. Gubbins is dead, Aaron, you dumb fuck. He's been dead for fucking years. He's fucking carked it, mate. Okay? Because the entire time he was a junkie. He was the junkie, mate. He's in my chat accusing me of whatever, but he's the actual junkie. He's the one that overdosed, brother, not fucking me. And the other big fucking mouth that was at the time, I can't even remember his name, mate. He ended up in jail. He fucking is doing 10 years, brother, for sharing SEX tapes on the internet, sending them to people through Messenger. So he got reported, man, for filming, you know, while he's giving it this, brother, he's got a cowboy hat on, and he's fucking filming, right? He's filming the whole fucking thing as he's fucking doing his thing, brother.
Well, how long does that get you in jail, man? I don't fucking know, but we haven't seen him since,
okay? We haven't seen the cunt since, mate.
How you doing, Sydney? I hope you're well. I hope you're happy, man. I hope you're doing okay, man.
No, I don't bang my head on the cupboard, mate. Wasn't that an amazing...
Like, I fucking watched that video from Slammer, and I'm looking at it go, why in the fuck would you videotape yourself?
What fucking monkey sits there videotaping himself banging the fucking and walking around blah, 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 and banging his head in the... Like, that's a fucking hammerhead, mate. That is a hammerhead, okay? That's why the cunt can't get gifts, mate, when he's on TikTok.
He'll never get gifted, man. He'll never... Because people know that he's going to spend it on the hammer. You know, I don't last very long on Tiki, mate. Maybe 10 minutes. And they multiple report me. All the fucking muzzies come out of everywhere, mate. They love the Lord Dobby over there. They love a pork chop. They love a fucking Lord Dobby. They love the whiteness, mate. Because everything I say is fucking racist. Everything that a white man fucking says in this country is racist. Okay? Everything. Whatever you talk about, they don't like. How you talk about it, they don't like. It's racist because it comes from a white boy. That's the only reason there's only racism exists in this fucking country, mate, is always coming from a white man. Okay? Then they call it racism. If the same words are spoken by a brown person, there is no racism. It only exists for white people. That's it. That's how racism is created. Okay? It's all bullshit. It's for them to get power over us. It's hate speech laws. What about them? What about them? What about the new hate speech laws, viewer? It all applies to the white boy. It does not apply to any of them. Have a read of it. Have a look at it. All those new laws they're coming out. They regard it to people like me, mate. But the Islamist and the jihadist are not mentioned in speech laws. They're covered. Swear to God on a Bible, they're not even mentioned in the speech laws. So that shit, the speech laws were brand new because of Bondi, right? And you've got two Islamists going in there, bang, bang, bang with the alarm. It's not even mentioned. It's not even mentioned. Okay? And as far as the other group are concerned, yeah, why would the little hats fucking give a fuck, mate? They just got $34 million in extra funding. $34 million in extra funding. They've got security guards at all of their little, whatever they fucking call them, okay? They've got security guards there, okay? So they didn't do too bad out of it. And they got a lot of laws. They got all of the Ishmael laws that they wanted passed, they got passed. So you're not allowed to mention this, you're not allowed to mention that. You know, they can put you in jail, mate, 5 years jail here if you say the wrong thing. It'll be like England, man. You know, you leave a comment on the Facebook or whatever, a brown person fucking complains, it becomes racism. It's that simple and easy. We just put it down to racism. Mate, I'm fucking done with this shit. I just want to get out of it, brother. I wish we could just go on a fucking island, mate. You just fucking go and sit on an island. You don't have to worry about their bullshit, bro. Yeah, thanks, Aaron. I hope you're well, man. I hope you're happy, boys. Yeah, there is only one Lord. There is only one. Sorry, boys, but it's a known fact. This, that shit all happened. He did live. He did get crucified. He did raise. And the other fuckers, mate, they've got a grave. You can go and visit fucking their saviour's grave. Their saviour didn't fucking go anywhere. He's fucking buried. You can go and visit his fucking grave, mate, and put a fucking flower on there. And I'm so sick of these cunts on fucking TikTok preaching the fucking preach, right? And they know, I know, they know, I know that you can't do this shit in your own country. You can't do it, lady. You wouldn't even be allowed on the internet. You wouldn't be allowed to show your face. You wouldn't be allowed to show your nails. You can't even talk because your voice might entice a man. You can't even talk. So all of their propaganda, I call it propaganda. I fucking hammer them on TikTok. I hammer them. I'm not going to let this shit just pass, rah. You're going to get a fucking mouthful. I'm going to leave a comment because you're talking fucking takia. That's what you're talking, takia. And there's no way I'm going to let my fucking country, I'm going to be quiet in my fucking country, Australia, and it turns into Europe. It turns into England. I want us to be Poland. I want to become Polish, mate. I'm going to get a Polish fucking passport and head over to fucking Poland, mate. Okay? Because these people will slowly take over. It's slowly take over, okay? And then you wake up one day and you're in fucking England. You're in Europe. You're in Sweden, mate. Okay? That's how it all happens. It's not jihad, bang, bang, bang. It's jihad, council members, mayor positions of power. How do we change a law? How do we get onto the members that have got power? You need to get into power seats that control laws. And that's what they're going to be doing here. That's what they do here. That's how they did it in England, Europe, all of those European... Fuck, mate. What's wrong with the Irish? What the fuck happened, brothers? What's going on over there? What's going on over in Sweden? What's happening in Europe, in London, in England? What's happening over there? Hey? You want them to come over here? You want it all to happen in Australia? What are you, crank? What world do you live in, brother? People are starting to wake up to their bullshit, brother. People are starting to wake up to their takia, okay? Because, you know what I mean? When it comes down to it, this is what you want. The fairy tale that you're producing to us in the Western thing is a fairy tale. In reality, it's going to end up like Yemen or Afghanistan or Iran. It becomes the full law, full control. And they will tell you what you can do, what you can't do, what you can eat, what you can't eat. Total control over the internet. Free speech, there's no such thing. It doesn't exist. You do what they tell you to do. You talk how they tell you to talk. And if you don't, they will execute you. It's as simple as that. So let's not play this fairy tale bullshit on TikTok that you're this and you're that and you're friendly and all the rest of it, because you're not. You're really not. You're just waiting for the opportunity to voice your thing. And everything I've just said, they regard as racism. Oh, you can't say that. That's terrible. How dare you, rah. So that's why I'm careful. I don't name anything. I don't pinpoint it, because nowadays as a white boy, you can't say anything. You can't speak your mind. Whereas if you had someone that was on the opposition team talking to you, they'd be able to say whatever they want to you. They can say whatever the fuck they want because it's not regarded as racism. It's regarded as them sticking up for themselves. But if you say the same words as a white boy, it's regarded as racism. So you better be careful. You better be careful. Now, in America, this is what I came online for, boys. You're in a fucking bit of trouble. In America, you're over the next, 6 months, 12 months, I don't know how long, okay, because I'm not in charge. I'm not the one behind the meetings. But the people in charge, they don't want to do it so that you notice. They're going to do it really slow, okay? The joint's going to go. USA is going to fall.
Okay, they're going to do it slowly. They're going to do it methodically. They're going to do it so the public doesn't arc up, so the public doesn't realise what's going on. The government doesn't want you realising what's going on. They want you just to go along in life and agree to whatever they're doing and watch your football. Watch your football, have a couple of beers, pay your taxes, and that's it for you, buddy, right? But behind the closed doors, man, they're the ones that are doing all the planning. They're the ones that are putting it all together, bro. And I'm telling you, you are fucking doomed in America. You're doomed, brother. You are doomed. And I've never said that to you, right? And can you remember a few months ago? And I said to you, you've got time because the other countries own a lot of debt. I don't know how long ago that was. How long ago was that? It would have been 8 months, 6 months, 12 months ago I said that to you. You know, because the other countries, I remember saying it in a live stream, bro. And I remember saying to you that, you know, the other countries in the world, they own too much treasury bonds, too much American treasury bonds. So if they crash everything, they lose their money. And all the countries, mate, China, Brazil, that's what America does. It imports its debt, right? By supplying their money, yeah, their currency, yeah. So you know what's happening now, mate. And this is the God's honest truth, man. Over the last, I don't know, several months, several year and a half, whatever it is, these countries have been unloading American debt, their bonds, their treasury bonds. They've been unloading. Now, I remember when we spoke about it, China had over $2 trillion of American debt or something. It was some huge amount. They don't have any of it no more. It's all gone. Okay? China's not buying your debt anymore. They've cashed it in. Now, because of what Trump did in Greenland, all of the countries are fucking cashed in their bonds, mate. They're cashing in their treasury bonds. This is not good news for America. This really isn't. Okay, so the Fed is going to have to print it. It's going to have to buy its own bonds. The other countries are not accepting cash. They are spending their bonds on physical items, gold, silver, the metals. They're buying up the commodities, real things, real tangible assets. They're replacing on those bonds. You're in a lot of trouble in the future. You're in a lot of trouble. You really are. That is why they can't smack down silver anymore. They can't smack it down no more. Their fantasy Disneyland fucking ride is over. It's over. Your paper contracts, all of your promises, your ETFs, everything that isn't a physical fucking item is just a paper promise, and it's just bullshit. It's fake. And that is going to come home to roost. That is coming home. Now, you know, I've been telling you boys for a long, long time. I really have. I've tried to warn my channel, and you've taken the piss out of me many, many times for it and made fun of me for it and said, I don't know what I'm talking about, rah, rah. You know, and none of you own anything. You don't own a physical fucking ounce. Not one. But you want to sit there telling somebody else how, you know, they don't know what they're talking about, and you do. You are a fool right now if you have paper sitting in a bank. A fool. Okay? You're just playing into the system, what they want you to do. They don't want you to get out of the system. They want you in the system. This is now your last chance. This is it. You know, I don't care what you've got to do. I don't care who in the fuck you got to go and talk to or whatever you got to go and do. You missed the boat. It doesn't mean that that your ticket is non-valid. You know, you've still got the opportunity. You've still got the chance, mate. If you've got paper sitting in a bank, you need to cash that fucking shit in and get physical. You need to get physical. You need physical in your hand. Do you understand me? Physical. They can't come and get it. They can't come. It's fucking yours.
I can't implore you enough. Because once that shit starts to come home to roost, the real assets, the real shit is going to be uncontrollable. Uncontrollable. All of the gold that they mine goes into a bank. The elites get that. They get that on the country debt. It doesn't exist anymore. They've robbed the joint fucking blind. The bankers and the trillions of dollars in interest that you owe. Each country owes interest. The banker doesn't want your paper. What do you think the banker is fucking cashing in on? It's cashing in on the gold. I don't want your paper. I want you to replace it with gold. So they swap that shit for actual real physical items. USA, China, Vietnam, you name the country, Switzerland, no longer send any metal. They've closed doors. They no longer supply. You need to wake the fuck up, because you're going to come into a point soon in the next, I don't know, however months ahead, there's not going to be any new silver from these factories. All of they produce is going to go to the corporations. The corporations need it for their products. They need more metal than what comes out of the ground. There is not a surplus every year. It is their minus every year. So they're relying on maybe people, you know, that are like you've got millionaires out there in America. And you've got people in America that have been collecting silver when it was at $12 an ounce. I would be very worried. I am telling you now, gentlemen, I'm giving you a full fucking warning, and you better hear from Lord Dobby real quick. If you are a hoarder, if you have been accumulating over years and years and years, you better get that shit out of your house. You better get it as far away from you as possible. I am serious. They're going to come for it. They will come for it and they will confiscate it. I am warning you now. The governments will come in if you're a big buyer, and it's all been recorded. You've done everything legally. You've paid taxes on it. You've got it in a storage unit. It's all documented. Once they find out, mate, they will come and confiscate it and pay you what they think it's worth. And it won't be at the current price. It'll be at $33, $34 an ounce. They'll cash you in. It's been regarded as a strategic metal. It's no longer just a normal metal. You know, this shit, mate, you used to laugh at. There's millions and millions. You don't need any of that. It's fucking shit. Yeah, there ain't no more. Now these corporations, now the governments need it to back their currency, mate. They need it to back their dollar. All of the BRICS nations, man, yeah, they're backed by metal. They're backed by real actual metal. China, Russia, Brazil, all of them, mate. All of them are getting out of the American dollar. Can you imagine if all of those countries are sold off their American treasury bonds and they no longer hold your debt, and instead they've cashed that in for real physical assets? Imagine that. No, they buy shit over there and get it sent back to their country. Mate, I'll tell you a story that's happened in the last week that not many people know about. You know, there was over in China, mate, you got really rich people, really rich Asian people, mate. You got no idea how rich some Chinese people are, bro, okay? I mean, they take their products, they sell it in the Western world, and they're the only ones, mate. They become very, very wealthy, bro, because of the conversion rate. You know, $1 us is 7 yuan. 7 yuan. So if they sell a $100 product here and they've produced it, they're the ones that are going to get the majority of the profit. You understand how wealthy these people are? Now, these people, mate, these certain amount of people, just like any other American, you know, that's why I related it, man. Because the Americans, they don't have to be really wealthy. They could have accumulated it over years and years and years. And they could have channels on YouTube showing how fucking rah-rah-rah they've got, right? Mate, the government went in and confiscated their metal. It went in and confiscated it, CCP. This is really serious. A very, very, like, it is so serious, man. Because, these were very wealthy people, completely legitimately stored their metal in vaults. They did it all legally. They paid their taxes. They bought it at $12 an ounce. They bought it up to $20 an ounce. There was one old man that had been collecting all of his life savings in silver. The guy had 1 ton of silver. 1 ton. 135 million ounces. And the government came in and took it because it's a strategic metal. Strategic. It's not a normal metal anymore. It's strategic metal. So this sets a precedent. It sets up, is it precedent? Precedent. That's what they will do. The government doesn't care, man. The government will come in and just confiscate it. They'll, over in the Western world, they'll ban it. They'll say you're not allowed to buy it. It's strategic or whatever it is. The same as what America did back in 19, whatever that was, when they wanted all the people to hand their metal in. The same thing. They'll pull the same trick. And then they'll reevaluate it. Everything will get reevaluated. Mate, the hypotheses that I've been hearing is just insane. It cannot be true. It cannot be true. Because if it does, then it's a completely recalibration of the entire system. And all of their digital currencies and all of that, they won't get it through. None of that shit will work because it's not tangible, it's not real, it's not backed by anything. So it's going to be an exciting next couple of years. The next couple of years are really going to sort it out. But they're going to do it slowly. They're going to do it slowly, mate, just like your wedding night with you and the wife. It was nice and slow. It was really getting into the groove, right? Getting into the little bit of love language, mate. Okay, that's what you need in the world, a little bit of love language, mate. Fuck. I'm telling you, boys, from what I see,
We're looking at parity with gold, maybe 7 to 1. 7 to 1, 10 to 1, 15 to 1,
something around that. So 15 ounces of silver to 1 ounce of gold. Historically, it should be, we're looking at $300 to $600 an ounce, and gold should be between $8,000 and $10,000 an ounce. That's in reality. That's reality. But here we live in fantasy land, Disneyland, fucking paper contract bullshit.
So it could be anything, mate.
But even if they slam it down, even if they're able to slam it down with paper contracts, it won't matter because the contracts don't, the metal doesn't exist for them to actually deliver it, and they know it, and so do we now. In case you haven't wondered, in case you didn't realise, you didn't fucking listen to me years ago when I told you, sorry for talking like that. It just annoys me a little bit, because everybody thinks I'm a fool. Everybody just, everybody laughed at me. My wife laughed at me. Everybody ran me down. Everybody,
And I remember fighting with that person, arguing with her, and I'm staying on this path, love. This is what I'm going to do. Whether you like it or not, I'm putting my money into this. This is what I'm putting my money into. And I got into a lot of grief over that stuff. But you have the last opportunity now. This is it. If it gets smacked down again, ladies and gentlemen, on your COMEX, on your fucking stock exchanges, it's fake. It's fake. It's not real. You're not going to be able to buy it for $50 or $30 or none of that shit anymore. That shit is finished with, man. Paper contracts are over. Now, a paper contract, gentlemen, is just a contract for 5,000 ounces, but it's on paper, okay? Now, that's what these bankers do. The JP Morgans, the CMA, whatever it is, they all just swap contracts backwards and forwards. And in the old days, and this is a known fact, there are three main things. It's England, New York, and Shanghai. And the bankers used to get onto a phone call in the morning and set the price for gold and silver for the week. And that's the price.
And if it goes up, they swap a contract in. Okay, they bring it back down again. They've always bring it down, slammed that motherfucker. As soon as it even went up 50 cents, they would slam the contracts down on the market. You see, each contract is 5,000 ounces, but it doesn't get cashed in. It doesn't get, you don't actually get 5,000 ounces, mate. It's all on paper, okay? So they never cash the contract in, and that is what has always kept the price down. Now, we have hundreds of millions of ounces on contract, but don't exist. They don't exist. It's all imaginary. None of it exists in reality. Okay? It's all in bankers' world. Okay? Now, for every 300 contracts or something, whatever it is, there's 1 ounce of real silver. There's 1 ounce. So they have, just like they do in the banking system, when you put $10 into your bank and they're able to loan it out, they did exactly the same with the metal. That's exactly what they did. And they re-apothecated it, whatever those words are. I'm not educated enough to put it into words a lot, but I understand the system. I understand how they trick it down. And for years and years, I've been watching them slam it. And I'm thinking, well, I can just buy it. I got a chance to buy a little bit more. You know, I haven't got any money. I've got no fucking money. I'm totally broke. But if I had money, it gives you a chance to buy more. And so I never, that's why I always say, boys, buy in now. We're at $25 to $30. We're I remember doing a live stream and showing you that on eBay, it's $34 or something. Buy it now. Buy it now. They've slammed that shit from $50 to $60 straight down to 30. I was stunned. I was absolutely stunned, okay? But I'm telling you, boys, you've got to get some kind of physical behind you. Please. If you've got paper sitting in the bank, you need to get physical. You really do. You need to be on the right side of this in a few months' time when it all comes crashing down, brother, because it can't last forever. Every 75 days, America puts on $1 trillion in interest. $1 trillion every 75 days is added to that debt. They can never pay it out. There's no one that's going to buy their debt no more. And the Russians and the Saudi Arabia, whoever's selling oil, Venezuela, that's why he invaded it. Venezuela was selling their oil not in US money. It was using the country's money, yuan. They were selling it to China. They were buying it, paying for it in yuan. They weren't using American money. So they were phasing out. What I'm trying to get you to understand is these countries are phasing out America because they know that it's not America, it's Ishmael. There's no such thing as America. It doesn't exist. This is the United States of Israel. Okay? That's it. All right? That's what it is. So Ishmael wants to bomb everything. Ishmael wants the entire fucking, all the countries around it completely fucking, and they still won't feel safe. They still won't feel safe. They will still be very, very nervous about, a country that's on the other side of the world. Okay? And we need to send you over there to go and sort that out. They love a third-party phone call, Ishmael. It loves a third-party phone call, okay? It'll gladly send your kids to fucking war, okay? So it is a matter of time before all of these different elements come crashing in. Now, when these countries no longer have American debt, when they no longer have treasury bonds that's going to hold them to the country, because that's a lot of money that they've got holding in treasury bonds. Now, China just sold silently into the market, sold silently or legally $950 billion of your fucking treasury bonds were dumped last week. Check it out. Check it out, brother. That's the last fucking thing of treasury bonds that China owns. It no longer owns any American debt. So they have really pumped fucking getting rid of the treasury bonds. If all of the other countries do exactly the same, nobody's going to be buying your treasury bonds. You're fucked. Do you realize how jammed up you are in the future. Okay, because I mean, America lives on debt. It lives on other people, the other countries buying its debt. You know, it imports its debt through the treasury bonds. That's how it's been run for years. Well, that shit is about to come to the end. You know what I mean? You know, the paper contracts no longer work, mate. They don't work. If you've been watching the market like I do, because I watch that shit, I'm old. I like watching lines go up and down. And, mate, they try and slam it down with, I think they dumped nearly $1 billion in paper contracts made of silver to get it fucking smash it down again. And it moved $1. It moved $1. It didn't move anything, boys. It didn't fucking get slammed down like the old days, man. Silver just stood there proud, man. It just fucking copped it and said, yeah, that's a paper promise. All of that is fake. None of it exists. I'm the only real thing that's here. The physical item, I am. The rest of it is all a paper promise bullshit that's not going to work on the stock market anymore. Because there is nowhere that they can go and buy it for the price that they want to slam it to. There's nowhere. There's no production, ladies and gentlemen. Mexico's offline. They're offline. They're 5 mines. It all goes to Samsung. It's on a 2-year contract. Every single ounce of metal, of any metal that comes out of Mexico, is going directly to the corporation. Okay? Now, Tesla, that's a whole different ball game, boy. Once Tesla starts, mate, I can't believe these acquisition officers that work for these corporations that have had so much time to accumulate, and they didn't accumulate because they thought that it was always going to be available, and there's millions and millions of ounces for them at $30-odd. So they never accumulated it. I mean, imagine being the richest man. You've got billions and billions of dollars, and you'd be scratching your head going, why didn't I fucking do this when it was, you know, at that price here? You know what I mean? Like, you would have had a warehouse full of fucking metal, mate. Like, seriously. But instead, they didn't, because they thought it was always going to be available. And it's not going to be available. Those mines are closed. They're not closed, but they're not open for business. China is no longer sending any metal at all. The doors are closed. They're slammed shut, and they've got a big fucking lock on the door that says we don't send metal. We are keeping everything for ourselves, for our own manufacturing, for our own strategic fucking thing of the future. All the other countries are going to follow suit. All of them. Now, when Saudi Arabia walks away from your petrodollar, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know, they're no longer going to be using the petrodollar, brother. And that's the only thing that gives America power, is the petrodollar. Saudi Arabia, they're out, mate. They're part of I'm telling you, man, they are out. They are not going to deal with a country and a president that could possibly come in and kidnap them and take them back to their country and charge them with whatever they want to charge them with. You realise the precedent, whatever it's called, that Mr. Trump has set, right, by going in for Maduro. All the other countries are panicked. All of them are. Because you've just gone in and kidnapped the leader of a fucking country because he didn't want to do what you told him that he wants you to do. That's what you've done. And all the other leaders are looking at it and go, well, that could be me. That could be me. What, you know? You know what I'm saying? They might come after me next. So they're going to turn, man. They're going to turn. And it doesn't have to necessarily be bombs. It doesn't have to necessarily be bang, 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 invading. They can do it all financially. Financially, drop the dollar, dump the dollar, fucking turn it into shit. What happens then? You have got complete pandemonium in America, mate. Complete and utter devastation and pandemonium. And I'm telling you, man, America, you better wake up. I'll try and do a live stream later because Americans are asleep right now. They're not even awake right now. Join my channel. Become a member on my channel, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's $4.90 a month. You know, I'm online a lot. I talk a lot of stuff, man. Fucking whatever, you know. It's worth $4.90 a month. Pump the ads.
Stop flicking through ads, you cheap bastard. Stop fucking flicking through shit, dude. How the fuck do you think any of these channels get any kind of fucking monetary value, mate? It's through the ads. Stop flicking through them, you bastard. You bastard. It's Rick Mail. If you don't know Rick Mail, sorry, but that's a Rick Mail. Fuck, dude. Getting old, mate. This is my birthday month. The 23rd is my birthday. I'll probably come on and do a live stream with you, man. I don't exactly have a whole lot of fucking friends, do I? You know what I mean? We've got new laws coming in, man, at the end of the month. New hate speech laws. This is going to be exciting, isn't it? New hate speech laws. You naughty boy. You said something we don't like. So now they're going to come and give you a little knock on the door and ask you what you wrote in the thing. It'll just be like England, mate. It'll be exactly the same. They're going to start arresting people. Well, white people, really. You know, they're going to start arresting white people. Okay, because they don't fucking arrest any brown fucking people. That's for fucking sure. Okay, they're going to start coming and knocking on white people's doors. That is the truth of the matter. Because I've never seen any video I've ever watched of a knock on the door. It's to someone that looks like me. You know, we don't like what you've said on the internet. You know, you left a comment, rah rah. You know, I got to go and mail a mask. You know, I like to stay on path, mate. I like to stay on me beers, mate. Okay, I like to stay on beers, bro. So I got to go and mail this mask to somebody. I'm going to repaint this fucker, man. I don't know if like people. I understand we're broke, man. We're not exactly flush for paper. It's just after Christmas. Kids are going back to school. You know, you've got all of those added expenses that you know what I mean. So it's harder to crack with a mask these days. It's getting a little bit tougher. But hey, we've got them on eBay, man. We've got them sitting there. They're ready to crack, mate. Ready to mail. That's the latest one that I've got. lorddobby79 on eBay. lorddobby79 on eBay. That's the mask that I'm wearing. You know, nice quality masks, man. Big masks. Yeah. So anyway, I was thinking about doing a brown wash over him. Just fucking dirty the cunt up. Make him look more used. I mean, that was basically someone asking me to paint it this way. You know, can you paint a mask like this for me? So I got the picture, I painted it as best as I could. And then the guy says, why don't you put it on your social medias? They don't have any fucking money, mate. They're pretty broke. So they'll ask you to make a mask or whatever, rah, rah, and then go, oh, that's really, really nice, but I haven't got any, you know, you should put it on social media. Fucking cheeky little cunts. So we're going to go and mail this mask today, man. We sold a raw. Thank you very much, viewer. I appreciate you. I don't want to, like, dox the gentleman. This is going to America. It's going to San Antonio, Texas. Yeah, San Antonio, Texas, bro. So that's okay. Just a raw mask, mate. A raw clown. All right? So you got to get up, bros. Get up, have a shower, fucking do some shit. Get up and brush your teeth, fucking get your shit organised. You don't have to be fucking wealthy, mate, to enjoy your life. You don't have to be stinking wealthy. You just got to live within your means. You've got to live within what you are able to do. And that's all you got to do, boys. You don't have to satisfy whatever someone else needs to make happy. You just got to make yourself happy. If you're trying to make someone else happy, mate, it will never work. You can never make someone else happy. They're either happy or they're not happy. They either want to be with you or they don't want to be with you. And when they don't want to be with you, they're a total cunt. Because they can treat you like shit and speak to you and run you down and just fucking make your world shit. Okay? You know what I mean? It's negative crap every day. If you have to deal with that, unless you've got
pardon me, kids, get out of there. Don't put up with it. Get out. Just fucking get the fuck away from the person. Let her meet someone else that's gonna fucking be this, dreamland, whatever bullshit they've got made up in their mind, because they'll never find it. The next bloke they meet, they will find faults in him too. They'll find faults in him, man. No one is perfect. Absolutely no one. Okay, so they're gonna pull the same shit they pulled on you. They'll pull on someone else. It's not going to matter any difference at all, because that's their character. That is who they are. They look for negative shit in somebody else to complain about and fucking think, oh yuck, rah rah. But they'll still stay with you. Oh, they'll stay with you for all the benefits, but they don't want to stay with you for anything else. They're happy to fucking take whatever benefit they can give, but if you think you're going to get toes in the air, or you think you're going to get an occasional blowy, or even a fucking kiss goodnight, or a hand holding as you walk down the road, or any kind of affection at all, you are dreaming. The only affection you're going to get is you can lick some biscuit once a fucking 2 months. You can have and that's all for her benefit. That's not for your fucking benefit, it's for her. As soon as she's finished, mate, that's it for you. Get out. Fuck it, mate. These people they're horrible, man. Absolutely horrible. You know what I mean? Like, who in the fuck does that? They don't even return the favour. They don't even return the favour. They get the favour and then they get rid of you. That's I'm finished now, that's it. Like, you ain't gonna be doing that again. It doesn't matter how good the biscuit is, brother. If it's not being returned, you ain't going to be fucking hitting it again. You'll think to yourself, fuck that. Why would I want to get spoken to like that afterwards? Why would I want to get treated to like that? I got kicked, mate. I got physically fucking kicked every time that I got into bed with that person. Every fucking time I got an elbow, I got kicked, I got jabbed in the ribs, I got kicked out. I don't want to back up. I don't want to fucking back up. You think I want to back up to a kick in the fucking stomach, mate, to get me out of the bed? Like, are you fucking kidding me? No thanks, mate. Talk about abuse. Talk about physical fucking abuse, bro. Like, these women are, like, seriously, they'll abuse the shit out of you, man. Physical abuse, mental abuse, fucking financial abuse, and everything is cool. And the minute you disagree with something, mate, you are the bad guy. So don't deal with them, brothers. Don't deal with them. Remain on your path. Remain on your path. Get your paper together. Get your life together. The biscuit comes. The biscuit comes. The biscuit goes, mate. You know what I mean? Unless you meet someone that's just, a smasher. You know what I mean? If you're getting what they get, and then everything is cool, bro. If they're given what they get, then everything is cool. It's 50-50, everything, you know what I mean? You lean towards the person and they actually kiss you, it's 50-50. If they turn their face away from you every fucking time you go near them, they're a cunt. They're a cunt, mate. Okay? You're walking down the road, they don't even want to hold your hand. You understand? You better wake up to this shit, boys. Most importantly, man, stay on your path. I keep telling you that. Get physical. Get physical, brothers. Get physical. Because it's really going to fucking baboon straight up. They can slam it and slam it and slam it and slam it all they want. But when corporations can't buy the actual metal they need to do the functioning of their company, and they've got to go to the open market to buy it, that's the price. Once they start buying it at that price, there is no going down. The corporation is buying at that price. So there's no way it's going to get driven down, because then it just gives it to the person that's doing the driving down, that gives the person that's acquiring it a chance to buy it cheaper. So they're not going to do that, man. They're going to run out of paper contracts, brother. They're not going to be able to hold their line, because the physical line is a reality. We don't have the metal that you've got on your books. You are supposed to hold this amount of metal for the amount of contracts you've got. And you don't have anything. You've got 1 bar for every 300 contracts. You have got 1 real physical ounce. That's it. That's what's propping all that up. It can't last. It cannot last, okay? Soon they won't be able to do anything, brother. They'll slam the contracts down onto the market, slam it and slam it and slam it. It'll have no effect. All it will do is kill the stock market. And you want to know why? Because you've got all of those people looking and watching and looking, and they're all seeing that it's not happening. They're all seeing that the paper contract trick. They're all seeing it being played out. So they're going to run out of that shit, dude. People are not going to hold faith in it. People are not going to be believing in any of that. It's over. The ETFs, all the promises that are on paper that people think they own metal, they don't own shit. They don't own anything. They own a paper promise. They own a contract. That's it. That's all they own. There's a lot of people out there, man, that have SLV ETFs. And they think they own fucking, I'm wealthy. I've got, there's nothing physical. You have got nothing. Okay? And they're not going to pay out your contract at that price. They're not. They're going to fucking give you called Major or something or other. It's in your contract. And it comes in at $35. It comes in at $33. That's what's in the contract. So when forced majeure. So when they say, when you try and cash it in for the reality and they go, we don't have the reality, we're just going to pay you out in cash. So and we only sell it for $35 an ounce. And it's at fucking $90 an ounce. But nah, they don't have to pay you that. It's called forced majeure. And it's in every contract. Mate, I'm telling you, these people are going to have a big wake up. It's going to be a huge wake up. And then all of these people that have been accumulating over years, mate, and they've got a nice stash going on. It's all paperwork. It's all known. The government knows you got it. They know when you bought it. They know how much you paid for it. They know your address, your phone number. It's all on computer. So, you might think you're smart, but they've got the tally. They know exactly how many fucking ounces you got. And if you've got a storage locker that you've been collecting for years and years and years, and you've accumulated whatever, they can come in and take it because it's a strategic metal. It's no longer. It's been classed a different way. Even Trump is doing it. America is classed it as a strategic metal. So they can come in now and just confiscate it. Confiscate for the country's well-being, for the country's security, for the country's national shit. I'm serious, bro. Americans don't understand what is going to happen. They think they're sweet. No, mate, they're not sweet. It's all recorded. And America will push the button one day and they will come in and confiscate everybody's fucking silver, bro. Got it on paper and they can look it up on the computer. I mean, if you've been buying things off SD bullion and you've been going to Atmex and you've been buying and accumulating over the years, it's all recorded. All of it is. They would know exactly how much you have. Okay? You get it? So I'm saying to you Americans, it's a matter of time. Not now, not tomorrow, not next week, but I'm telling you, as time goes on and these corporations are no longer able to get the metal that they need and the government cannot make missiles. It takes a kilo of fucking silver, mate, to make one missile. Did you know that? Yeah. It takes 1 kilo of silver, mate, for the guidance systems and all of the different parts, the propulsion unit and all of that kind of thing. Yeah, it takes 1 kilo silver. So the government itself, mate, in order for them to go and bomb fucking everything, like you heard Trumpy say the other day, we need to manufacture more. Well, where do you think they're going to get the silver from? Yeah, all they can do is national or make a contract with one of the mines or whatever. But the corporations have already done it. Samsung, all of that, they've already signed on, bro. They've already got all 5 mines. The 5 mines in Mexico, they're signed up to Samsung. They're offline for 2 years. So that's 100 million ounces or some shit, or 200 million ounces or whatever it is over the 2-year contract. That's not going to go into the market. So if they do that with other mines, because that's what these corporations are going to do now,
I mean, if you were Elon Musk or Mr. Musk, and you got billions, or you're a Microsoft guy, the computer guy, fucking Mr. Geek, the doctor, Dr. Gates, what would you do? You would go in and buy the mine. You would go in and get majority of the shareholding of the mine. Or you would go in and make a contract that, because you need the metal. So you would set a contract with them and you would say, I'm going to buy it at this price and I'll buy everything that you produce. So that's it. All the shit goes to you. Okay? Now, if they do that over and over and over, what's going to happen? What's going to happen, brother? It's just going to fucking... Okay? Nah, thanks, Hursty, man. Thank you for wishing me well. I wish you well, man, too. I wish you well, man. Sorry, man, I get a little bit talky, and I don't, but I do catch up on what you say in the chat. I do appreciate the chat. I do thank you very much for coming along and listening to the old bloke. We've come a long way. Our whole live stream and everything has changed completely. It really has. My whole life has changed completely. I'm slowly getting better. I'm slowly, right? It takes time. I'm slowly getting better. It just takes time, boys. That's all. I'm not giving any excuses for whatever. I don't fucking care if they don't like it or they don't like it. This is my life. It's my story. It's my feelings. And that's how I feel about it. And I don't care. Like they're allowed to have their feelings. Everybody's allowed to have how they want to do it. Well, so fucking can I. And I have no intentions of just dismissing my echo. I'll never dismiss it. It'll never be forgotten. It never gets over. It will be mentioned every fucking live stream. Every time I wake up in the morning, I think of my echo. When I go to bed, I think of my echo. Why in the fuck shouldn't I? That's my child. I also think of my Kyra and my Mia. Okay, I also think of them every fucking day too. Am I supposed to forget my memories of being and fucking everything else? Because I'm not a cunt, mate. I'm not a cunt father. Now, when I had children, mate, that's all that mattered to me. I don't give a fuck about nothing else than being a dad. And that's why I was the way I was with Echo. And that's how I was when I was with my other two girls, Kyra and Mia. That is exactly how I was. I am a devoted fucking dad. I wake up in the morning, I take care of my daughter. I'll everything to my fucking daughter all the way through until 8 o'clock at night when she's going to bed. And I do it with a smile. I don't have a problem fucking having some lunch, going to the pool for 2 hours, and then coming home, reading a book, going to the park. Kid doesn't sit down. And when my girls are with me, there's no iPad, there's no telephone, there's no fucking internet. It doesn't exist. You do some painting, you do drawing, you go to the park, you do shit with Dad. We go to the beach. If I had children now, we'd be at the beach. My kids would be annoyed. Mate, if I had my daughter, she'd be annoying me every day to go to the beach. Every day. As soon as she gets up in the morning, she would want to go for a walk on the beach. So, no, mate, I am a very hands-on, physical dad. So that it's not as easy to forget. It's not. It's just not. It's not, okay? But I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to learn my way through it. Yeah. Other than that, I don't give. I actually. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about them. That's it. The rest of them, mate, don't give them your power. Anyway, you've got a short amount of time. I've got to go and mail this freaking mask. I'm thinking about what else do I need when I'm up there. I got some juice. And I got a bottle of Coke. I haven't got any chocolate milk or coffee milk or anything. No. Damn it, I want a coffee milk. I've got to walk all the way up there to do the post office, and then I've got to walk all the way fucking around the other side, mate, to get a coffee milk. Or I can just continue walking all the way down to the supermarket and get one there. That's what I'll do, I think. That's what sucks, man. Every time I want to go out and get something, it's a 2-hour fucking trip.
By the time I've walked down there and got shit in my bag and come back again,
It's 2 hours. 2 hours to go to the fucking supermarket. That's a joke. I get home and I'm totally wrecked, mate. I need to have a rest.
I'll get a little car one day, man. I'll get a little car. One day.
I tried looking it up, man. Like what I used to buy for $1,500, $2,000, a little car, Mate, they're $5,000 now. They're $6,000 now. Every fucking mug and his dog wants a small car. Every single mug and his dog wants the same car I want. So they've all gone through the roof. There's no $1,500 car anymore. Well, what happened to the $1,500 fucking car that lasts you forever? You know what I mean? It lasts you forever, man. All you got to do is pay the reg on it and put some oil in the fucking, man, and it just keeps going. The doors are falling off, the fucking panels, everything, man. It doesn't matter. It fucking keeps going, mate. Far out, dude. I remember driving along with my friend George one day, and the engine fucking made this huge noise. It just made this huge noise, right? And we were on a date. Both of us had our dates in the car. And I just said to George, don't worry about that, mate. That's just the turbo. It's just the turbo kicking in. The fucking engine blew up. Yeah, don't worry about that, mate. That's just the turbo. Just fucking get in. And George started laughing at me. You fucking turbo? I said, yeah, man, that's just the turbo. The fucking engine blew up, bro. Yeah, sorry, man. Getting old and, yeah, not good. I've got to take care of myself, mate. I've got to take better care of myself. And I haven't been doing that. I haven't been doing that very well. I've got to take better care of myself, man. How you doing? I hope you're well, Cyber. Good on you, man. Move over, man. Fuck. Man, I will never, ever... I've never had that ever in my entire fucking life, ever. The old move over game. Man, what a game, eh? What a game. Move over. Man, I had such a big bed. I had a big queen-size motherfucking bed, man. And every 2 seconds I'm getting woken up. It was because I snored, I think, because I snored. And I said to the person, let me swap sides with you, because I don't sleep on this side of my body. I normally sleep on the other side of the body. Maybe that would help. I'm sorry, But yeah, no, refused to swap sides with me. And every fucking, 10 or whatever minutes it is, you're getting jabbed in the ribs, mate. Getting told to move over. Move over. It's to move over because I was half asleep, And then one night I just sat up in the bed and looked over, and the entire bed is vacant. The entire bed. This person is right up against my fucking shoulders, man. And she's telling me to move over. And there is no room to move over. I am on the edge of the bed. There is nowhere to go. And the entire bed behind you is empty. Why can you not go to the other side of the bed? What is the problem here? You are you're right up against me, and you're telling me to move over more. So basically it's get out of the bed. There's no leg over. That person had their own doona, and I had my own doona. There is no leg over, mate. There is no cuddle. There is no nothing. You have got a boundary of fucking doona right there. And then of course it won't share the doona. Oh, how dare you, right? So you've got to use your own doona. So 2 doonas on the one queen size bed. Like it was impossible to sleep for me as a man. Impossible. And the truth of the matter is, mate, I came home from work one day. This is just facts. I may have been poor. I may not have had a lot of money or whatever, but I am the fucking supposed to be, the husband, right? You're supposed to be the boyfriend or whatever, the husband or whatever. And I came home, man, and my clothing had been removed to the spare room. And there's nothing in the wardrobe. It's all gone. Nothing in the bathroom. That's all been removed. And I said to her, where's my stuff? I thought you'd be more comfortable, so I moved it all in there while you're at work, and you're going to be so much more comfortable over here. You know, look, I set it all up for you. She had thrown all of my shit, mate, straight into the drawer. She had just thrown it in there, man. She don't give a fuck, dude. She just threw it in there. And so she made the bed up in the spare room for me and pretending like she's doing me a favour. And then from there, I spent every night in the spare room. That's it, every single night. So, don't put up with it, boys. And from that day onwards, I felt like shit. I really did. I felt so fucking down. Like every day I felt down. Every single morning, every single night. And then from there, mate, it was, you know, I no longer speak English. And from there, it's just ignore you. It's just ignore. Don't even talk to you. Don't say hello to you. Don't. Absolutely ignore. And those are facts. That's reality. And, you know, they think it's fine. They think it's normal. They think it's, you know, acceptable. In their mind, they're legit. You know, that's how they play it. So don't put up with that shit, boys, if you can. You know, really don't. I went along with it because I had a little one, and the person told me once you're out, well, you'll never see Echo again. That's it. You'll never see her, or you'll never speak to her. And she was pretty much right. She really was. We only seen Echo 3 times after that. And of course, I'm the big bad abuser and terrible father. So I've got to have a third party watching me with everything I do, because I just cannot be trusted with my daughter. And it's amazing. You'll go, one day you are the full-on carer. You have your daughter every single day, 8 o'clock in the morning until, you know, when she goes to bed. And then when that person is finished with you, you're an abuser. You're an abuser and a terrible father, and you don't do anything for your daughter at all. And that's what they'll hit you with. So you've got to go along with a third party that watches you and is with you on the entire visit, so that you don't get out of hand, because you're an abuser, right? All men are abusers, right? So you go along for 2 hours, you enjoy your daughter. It's upsetting when it's time to leave. It really is upsetting, boys. It's a total heartbreak. Your little daughter doesn't want to go. You know, like she's asking, when am I going to see daddy again? When? And the lady is telling my little daughter, it's not the last time you'll see your daddy. I promise that we're going to make another arrangement for you to see your daddy, you know, in order to get her to walk away. Okay? And none of that came true. That was the last time that we seen Echo. So it is absolutely horrid. You know, and when Echo got home, my Echo is apologising to her for me and saying that Daddy is really sorry. Daddy is sorry. You know, can Daddy come home? You know, my daughter is asking. You know, so, and then they want to turn it around and say that your daughter doesn't want to see or speak to you, doesn't want to know you. You know what I mean? So no, don't. You know, it's heartbreaking, dude. Like, here we are all these years later, and it still sits in my head. It still upsets me. It still really gets to me. It really does. It gets to me, because it's like I failed her. You know, I failed to keep my promise to my daughter. You know, I did everything I could, but there's nothing that I'm done here before I've even walked in. They've already made a deal. They've already made the arrangement before I've walked in. So, and I can't believe how much of a sucker I was for 4 years. You know, for 4 years I believed the family law court. I believe them, you know, when they tell me, you know, you do all this and it makes your case easier, and, you know, it proves to the court how much you love your daughter and how much you want to be in her life. You know, you just need to prove it to us. So you go along and you do everything they tell you to do, and you spend all of your fucking money to do that. I mean, seriously, dude, $36,000 just for the fucking lawyer, and then $400 or $500 for each one of the reports, $400 or $500 for each one of the courses. Then I had to pay for the fucking lawyers. Again, when I had no legal aid. So you end up totally and utterly broke, and you don't see your children. You don't see them, and you need to be warned, men, because there are thousands of me. There are thousands of women out there accusing their ex that he's the abuser, and he's this and he's that and he's all the bad thing, and he should never see his children again. And then she goes and gets herself another boyfriend, and he becomes dad. He becomes daddy. Okay? But he's not the real dad. He's not. And if he gets sick of you and breaks up with you, what happens then? He's no longer their dad. He never was their dad. You know, you've gotten rid of their real fucking dad, okay? So no. Be aware. Be aware, viewer. Just like normal, man, I go for a walk, okay? You know, I just try and fucking cheer myself up a little bit. A minute, why is my screen so dark, bro? What have I done? I've turned the fucking thing off, haven't I? Yeah, 1 minute. That should be better. Sorry about that. Oh, fuck. Oh. Yeah, everything about it is a lot better, man, than what it was before. Everything. The more time goes on, man, the more I don't get upset about it. I just get dirty on it. I don't get upset like I used to. I just get dirty on it, brother. I get upset, you know. That's all. Now they judge me as no contact, in case you didn't know that, viewer. After my 4 years in family law court, you know, they looked at me and said that my daughter doesn't want to see me or speak to me, doesn't want to know me. So we're going to give full parental to the other side, and you're not allowed to have any contact with her. You're not allowed to call or anything like that. And they're allowed to leave the country, do whatever they want, and you never to see your daughter again. These fucking people, mate, who think they're so fucking clever, they look at you and so are highly paid, they look at you and say, you should never see your children again. You know, you've done nothing criminally wrong, you've got no record, you've got nothing. They're just offended at what you've said on the internet, or they're offended at something else. But it's got nothing to do with you being a father. Yeah? They use the troll videos, man. All the way through, they use the troll videos. All the way through. You know, I've got this fucking lawyer yelling at me in the family court, look at this is what you said, and I just smiled at him, and the judge says, why are you smiling? Because she's offended. She's offended, right? They're all offended. And I looked at her and said, because it's a troll video. It's not even real. And I've seen it 100 times. You know, because they were offended that I didn't even fucking look at the video. Like, it's the same fucking video. And then it gets to that particular point and it pauses, right? And then it pauses, right? And they're usually that way, where it pauses, the voice over the top. Like, fucking hell, man. You know, like, fuck, you're kidding, aren't you? I just started laughing at the family law court, right? But they're all offended now because I'm laughing. Because it's ridiculous. It's not even a real video. And this is what you're going to use to take my child from me? And you have no chance. And don't fall when you're in there and the child lawyer says, and tell me about your day with your daughter. And then I started laughing at him, you know. And then the judge jumped on me. And, oh no, this is going to benefit you, Mr. Barker, if you tell him how much of what you do with your daughter every day. And I'm thinking to myself, this cunt wants to take my daughter from me, and you think he's going to do me any favour? Are you joking me? So they listened to me, and all this guy is doing is waiting for any chink in the armour, anything where he can call you a liar. And I got the, you know how like your child's really young, and the bus will collect the child, and they go to school for the day, then come home and drop them off. I got the wording of that wrong. I said school, and of course, man, I'm a liar. That didn't happen. That never happened. You were never taking care of your daughter at any time. Yes, the guy's fucking created this bullshit fucking storyline because I got a word wrong. It's preschool and not school. So this guy's jumped to me. You'll never be with your daughter at school. She's not even at school at the moment. You're lying in family court. You were never there. You never did this. You never did that. So all he's done is pulled apart your story. He's let you talk about your day with your daughter. You know, I took care of her, I went to the park, I did all that. Yeah, he just called you a liar. At the end of it, he just calls you a liar and says you never did any of that. You know, so that's the only reason he asked you that question was because he wanted to set you up to call you a fucking liar. Because he's looking for anything he can in your story to fucking put a clink in it. And that's what they did to me. You know, I got the word school wrong. Instead of preschool, yeah. So he jumped on me, man. I'm a liar. You didn't do any of that. You've never done any of that. Rah, rah. And that's all that fuck was trying to do. He was just trying to find somewhere that he could chink in the armour. So I spent nearly 3 hours in the witness box being questioned. I swear to God, viewer, questioned like Gestapo. You know, how bad I am and an abuser I am. And, you know, the guy goes through all of my police record, which to them, I'm a major criminal. You're a major criminal, right? You should never see your kid again, right? Mate, I've been done for fucking 420 and I've been done for pirate movies. And to these people, that's major criminal activity. Like fucking major criminal activity, right? So, and the worst thing that they got me for was the DV. DV, I'm looking at it, shaking my head. DV charge $900 fine. DV charge $600 fine. And I'm thinking to myself, what are they, what? I've never, you know, and there was the picture. The picture on the internet, the cops wrote it down as a DV charge, bro. I didn't delete the picture quick enough when I had a court order. You got 24 hours. And I liked someone's comment who said, I hope you see your daughter again. And I liked that one, so they put it under a DV charge. And that's how they did it. That's how these cops fuck you up, mate, in family law court. Or I don't know who in the fuck wrote that down. I've got to get my police record, man, and see if it's written in there like that. Because it all looked funny to me. It was all on the screen, and it just looked a bit... It looked like they had selected whatever they wanted out of it and then put that in there, and that's your police record. Because a lot of this stuff was dismissed in court. All of the fines were dismissed. All of that shit was dismissed, and none of that is in there. It's stating that I owe them 30 grand for the fines or whatever it was. And remember, I went to court for all of that and had it all dismissed. And that's not discharged, had it all discharged. Because I can't afford it, man. It's going to take me fucking 10 years to pay it off, even if I worked for them 5 days a week. You know, it'll take you 5 years, mate, if you work. That's what I worked it out in court, because I had so many community hours. And I told the judge, even if I worked 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, it would take me 3 years to clear the debt. You know what I mean? So if I only did it 2 days a week, then it's going to take me 10 years. I'll be working 10 years picking up fucking rubbish. And it's debt slavery, because it's all a debt. So, and it makes me a debt slave. And that's illegal. You know, you can't be a debt slave. It's illegal in the country. So that's how I got it dismissed. And that's not written on the paperwork. None of that is there. None of those dismissing things are on that paperwork that's on that screen there in that courtroom. And they really fuck you over with this court portal thing too, man, when you're in family law court. It's great if you've got a lawyer, but if you don't have a lawyer, you can't access the court portal. So you can't read their paperwork, you don't know their statements, you don't know what's been handed in from the other side, because you can't read it, you can't access it. A lawyer accesses it, bro. You need to get the code from them and whatever fucking thing they've done to go into the website, yeah? So you'll be minus a lot of information that they have. When I went to court those last 2 days, yeah, I didn't know any of the stuff they did, and they went in there with 2 lawyers. They had 2 fucking lawyers, man, okay? And all paid for by the taxpayer. They had 2 lawyers covering them. They didn't have to do anything but pretend they don't understand anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's so wicked, dude, to sit there and say that I don't understand you, I don't understand you, I need a translator. She understands everything, man. She understands fucking everything. So, it's like an abuse of power. You know, all questions have got to go through the translator because the person doesn't understand. Like, what the fuck? Really? Let me just go and mail this mask, man, so I feel better. Got blinkers on. Got the fucking blinkers on, man. I thought he was gonna turn. It's nice here, man. I like the little place that I live. Little Seaford, mate. Seaford Post Office. Fool could see was something. Maybe come back. Oh man, oh shit. Fucking forgot my wallet, didn't I? Did I? I think so. Shit, dude. Oh well. Have a postal quote, please. And I'll pay for the bag.
Alright.
Yeah, registered post, bro. I always do registered post. It's eBay.
Registered post is...
Oh, sorry, not registered post. Signature.
You need signature?
Yeah. They sign it the other. However, I normally send it with the tracking.
Yeah, with the track.
Yeah.
That's standard.
Postage. Yeah.
Alright. For that one, you're looking at,
Lovely. Okay, just give me a half an hour. I'll go home and get my wallet. I've got to pay for the bag.
no worries. It's $1.60.
There you go. Cool. You too, man. I'll come back later. Fucking too busy talking online, mate. Because I've normally got my wallet in my bag, and I don't have my wallet in my bag. Oh, I'm such a schmuck, dude. I thought my wallet was in my bag. Oh well, I'll go and do that, and I'll go and do that. Oh well. You know, that's life. There's no rush, man. Just take your time in life, man. Enjoy your day. What's for lunch, Dobby? I don't know, mate, to be honest. I don't know if the money is cleared from eBay yet. It was supposed to be today. I think that's why my conscience didn't grab my wallet. It was something like they said they sent the payment out for the mask, but it generally takes until about midday before it hits your account. So I don't know, man. It'll leave me a little bit of paper overwards, but I'm better off to buy groceries. I'm just better off to buy grocery, man, than a restaurant or whatever. You know what I mean? We haven't eaten anything like that in a long time, brother. It's been a long time. Okay. Shit, we haven't been there for months. It's like for ages and ages and ages, mate. Oh gosh, it's okay. No big deal, brother. You got to live within your means, mate. So no, I think I'll just go and get some groceries, mate. To be honest. That's life, boys. Roll with the punches, okay? Do what you have to do, roll with the punches. Next couple of months, mate, it's going to be exciting, bro. It's going to be exciting. Well, it is for me anyway. I think the whole silver market and gold market, mate, is going to explode. I really do. I don't think there's anything holding it back right now. In the last couple of days, they've tried to really slam the market down, and they haven't been able to do it. Paper contracts, man, are not working anymore. It's a wonderful thing to see, mate. It's a wonderful thing to witness that these bankers are losing control. And these same bankers, mate, they are the ones that are calling for digital ID and digital currency. These same people that are rorting and stealing and thieving and manipulating, they're the same people that want digital ID and digital currency. They want the whole next banking system to be digital. They don't want real assets, they want digital. Imagine being that kind of human viewer, where in the future, you've got a full-time job, you're working really hard, and the only money you've got, so to speak, is digital currency. You know? Just like China. And then everywhere you go, you tap. They don't really carry a whole lot of money, man. Everywhere they go, they can just buy it on the phone. All their commerce is on the phone. Everything they buy, you know, everything, just like here, except it's the phone. You know, like normally you'd have to pull out your card. Yeah, they just pull their phone out. Yeah, life is tough at the top. Oh, God, man. Yeah, I think we have a more simpler life if you're poor. I think you just have an easier life if you're rich. And then you can ignore the poor. You know, you can ignore it. Our own government, mate, there was this minister, and there was these huge, like, fires or whatever. Our Country Fire Authority, CFA, and Jacinta Allen, I think it was, went up to visit them. Dude, we gave over $300 million to the Papua New Guinea football team so they could have a football team, you know? Like, we've got to pay for their stadium and all that shit. To the Fire Authority, we gave $34 million in the Fire Authority, because the councils over there are all woke and all green, so you're not, for years you've never been allowed to clear your land. You can't clear it, you can't get rid of the dead leaves, the dead fucking branches, all of the fuel that a fire would use. You know, you're not allowed to touch a branch, mate, you're not allowed to cut down a tree, you're not allowed to do anything. You know, it's like they own the land and you just lease it, even though you own it, but they have the full control over it. And that's what they want, because that makes you a fucking slave. That makes the council sit back and go, well, we own the land, we've got control over the land, and he's got to do what we tell him to do. And it doesn't matter, it's his land, it doesn't matter he pays it. We want him to pay the taxes. You know, if he doesn't pay it, then we're just going to come in and take the land back. Take the land back. Oh no, I don't have any cigarettes, man, I promise. I mean, I got a packet at home, but I never walk around smoking. I think I smoke enough, and it's just from my past. You know, like from my past, you know? Smoking. But you're right, man, yeah, I've got to, I'm not, that's not too good, man. I've got to keep my eye on it, kind of thing. I don't want to get fucking sick or whatever. To my daughters, you know, Kyra, Mia, Ekoa, you know, Dad loves you, and you're always going to be my kids. It doesn't matter how old you get, you're always going to be my kids. So, never forget that, Kyra and Mia. Echo the same. I think my youngest one's not even in the country, mate, to be honest. I think they've all gone by now. They've all gone, mate, by now. I wonder if there's any appeal in the family law court. I wonder if you can appeal it. I know I can't rely on legal aid, so I'd have to be really rich to go back to court again. Talk about being betrayed, man. Talk about getting betrayed. What a family law court, mate. You know, that lawyer, for months and months and months, man, she's been giving me this advice. It's just shit. Just the worst advice you could ever have. You know, she's wanting me to sign paperwork to hand Echo over and and to give full control over to the ex, and to never see Echo again and have no contact with Echo. This is my own lawyer is trying to get me to sign this paperwork. And I've refused. There's no mention of my daughter or our case or anything like that. You know, it's just pushing to get paperwork signed. And then 2 days before I go into court, my own lawyer says a cease to desist order. And then when I get into court, there is my lawyer sitting on the opposite side advising her. Cop that, man. Like, it just blew me away. You know, they can just swap sides like that, and that's not a conflict of interest. It's completely legal in Australia. So, you know, and apparently this lady's pissed off because I didn't have a job and I had legal aid, because she's legal aid, and she was pissed off, you know. Like, I don't know what the fuck's that got to do with the court case, but they bring it up in court, mate. You know, that you quit your job to get legal aid so that you could continue your job, and she didn't think that was fair, and, you know, she started complaining about that. So this person had a lot of fucking problems with me, mate, okay? And that's my own lawyer. So they weren't looking out for my best interest. I thought they were supposed to look out for the client's best interest, and there is no way that person looked out for my interest or my case's interest. No. No, you don't ever plunder your shit, dude. You don't ever do that. You don't ever do that, brother. Okay? Or you do it anyway, bro. To be honest. I better check. See if it's real or not. If it's not real, no loss. Gold earring, mate. See if there's any markings on it, bro. Fucking flies. No, there's no markings on it, mate. They'd have markings on it, eh, if it was real. Wouldn't they? I don't know. All of my streams, dude. Thank you for reminding me. They watched all of my streams. You know, I got asked what MGTOW was. I don't fucking know. But why am I being questioned about it in family law court? What has that got to do with me being... But I had to sit there answering all of their questions about MGTOW. Even the judge, that's the first thing she said when she walked in the room. Mr. Barker, what is this video about MGTOW? What does that mean? What does it stand for? And I thought, here we go. So you've been watching the video and you need me to explain it, do you? And then I thought to myself, well, you know, what's it got to do with me being a dad? What, does it make me a terrible dad? You know what I mean? Damn. So they look for any angle, bro. Just any angle they can, okay? That's all it's about. Yeah, they weren't happy with the MGTOW. I can't even remember what I said in it, like in the video. I just told her it was men going their own way, you know, after they're divorced, after they've been dumped and left with nothing. A man has to get up and start again, and he has to start again with nothing, like literally nothing. He gets the clothes on his back. He is lucky to get anything of his personal property at all. And it's the truth. You really are. I mean, they will keep everything. I mean, you remember how many comics I had? Do you remember how many comic books? Dude, I got those left. That's it. That's all I've got out of my entire life. I had a comic book shop. You know, I was Heroes and Villains in South Yarra. I had my own fucking shop. And this is all I have left out of that shop. The rest of it is sitting in, or has been thrown away. You know, all the other statues, all the other stuff that I collected, anything that I had in my entire life, all my pictures, all my memories, they've all been thrown away. Everything. You mean nothing, don't you understand that? When they're done with you, you were nothing before they were done with you, and then they were done with you. So you are worth even less. And if they have to give you any money, they get really pissed off. They really pissed off, bro. Like, they want full They want 100% fucking, 100% without costing a single penny, without giving away anything. And they want to keep all of your stuff too. So they are as entitled as you could possibly imagine. Like they think their shit don't stink. They think their ass don't fucking stink, mate. That's how fucking good they are. Okay? Fucking hell. Right, back out again now, mate. My own fault. I thought my wallet was in my bag and it wasn't, because it normally is in my bag, but it wasn't. And I'm dressed way too warm, mate. This fucking thing is way too warm. My back is sweaty. Jimmy Thunder! I didn't know that was you, man. How you doing, Jimmy Thunder? I hope you're good, man. How you doing, man? I hope you're well. Hope you're happy. To the other viewers, thank you. And stop talking fucking shit. Right, watch. Fucking boom! You see that? Did you see that? Did you like that? That was fucking good, wasn't it? Everything, mate, all the way up. Scroll up, mate, scroll up. Everything has been fucking done. One push of the button, brother. You met a great woman at Christmas. We are in love. She's coming to live with me so we can get married. Coming to the UK. That's the greatest fucking comedy I've ever read. That's fucking hilarious. That's the funny. Yeah, good luck with that one, mate. Fucking good luck with that one. Fucking, yeah, you're going to fucking have a great time, mate. Fucking hell. She's going to come there and live with you, is she? What the fuck for? That's funny, dude. That is fucking funny. Yeah, thanks for that, man. Yeah, that's very amusing. Good luck with that one, mate. I don't think, mate, you could ever meet a creature on the earth that can flip so quickly. You know, flip on a dime is a woman. I mean, on a fucking dime, mate. It only takes you saying the wrong thing or you not agreeing with something that they want, and that's it. That's all it takes. Okay, you've upset her feelings. That's all it is. You could say something in reality. You could be asking reality shit. You know, where does the money go? What happens after you sell it? Where does the money go? Yeah, that's not a question you should ask. Okay, that's really not a question you should ask. Okay, yeah, you should have seen how things changed after I asked those kind of questions. They don't like it, man. They don't like it when you actually wake up to them, and they hate it even more if they know that you know. Okay, you've got to play it that you don't know. Okay, that's the only way you can play it, boys. When you're in that situation, don't show your cards. You can know the shit, just don't let them know that you know. Let it play out, because it's going to fuck up anyway. So, mate, I copped a few donkey kicks. Yeah, I copped a few donkey kicks, mate, in my time. Maybe 2 or 3, and then that's it. I didn't get back into the bed. I'm not stupid, mate. That's why I never slept. That's why I didn't want to bang her when she asked me. And I've said no. I knocked her back because I know that I'm going to get kicked, elbowed, punched. As soon as she's finished, I'm going to get kicked. A really good kick to the gut. A nice elbow into the ribs. You know, a nice jab into the ribs, mate. I was stunned.
I've never had a woman do that ever. Like ever, I've never had a woman lay her hands on me and you know you're not allowed to touch her or whatever, but they're allowed to fully lay a punch into your fucking ribs, bro. You know, a donkey kick into the stomach. It sent me flying. It literally sent me flying. Like you jump off and you go to sit up and then bang, you're hit. Bang. You know, you don't even, there's no warning, there's no nothing. It's get out of my room, don't ever come back in here again. You know, you're not going to get any now for, and I just fucking walk out because the person's a pig. I'm not interested in fucking listening to your bullshit. It wasn't worth the three fucking minutes I got in the saddle. It just wasn't worth it. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it, okay? It's fucking, mate, I knocked that thing back fucking heaps, mate, trust me. It got to a point where I'm just not interested. I'm just not interested. But that's how they want it, man. That's how they want it. You know, they've driven it to that point, bro. They didn't do it by accident. They did it deliberately. They did it so that you know, that you'll get to that point where you don't want to fucking bang it, mate. You don't want to fucking bang it. And that's lousy, bro, to be with someone you can't even be with. You know, that's not interested in you. That's shit, dude. That's really shit, man. If you're committed to somebody and you love somebody, and that's supposed to be your other half, you know, your better half of the world, you know, like that's the person you're relying on for your love, and that's what the love that you get. Yeah, that's fucking shit, dude. That is a shit go. Where you present yourself as one thing, and then you sign on the dotted line, and then you're given this. It's like a fucking switcheroo, mate. It's like a fucking switcheroo, brother. What you today is not what you signed up for yesterday. If you think that a person is going to sign up for what you're fucking offering, and that's what you're going to give them, you're fucking joking, man. Let them know beforehand, and I can guarantee you they'll never be there signing no fucking book, mate. I can guarantee you. Because no man wants to fucking live that way. But that's what they will do, man. They will play you for the fool. They'll play you for the fool, dude. You know, they will play you for an idiot. They'll talk to you like that and they'll think they're so fucking smart. And the whole time you fucking know what's going on. You're not stupid. You know, you're not stupid. But at this point, you're not even getting a shag. You're not even getting a shag. So you get to a point where you don't want to put up with them anymore. Because you're not, there's no reward, mate. There's no reward. What the fuck would you want to do something for? There's no reward to it, right? Yeah, it is for today. I honestly believe that. Dude. If I had said that to myself a dozen times when I was there, because it's the truth. You know, the four I love you, everything they tell you, boys, any promise that they make you, put on the end of it in your mind, for now. For now. You know, I love you, for now. You know, you're the best guy in the world, the best husband in the world, the best father in the world, for now. It isn't permanent. It's not permanent, mate. Because the minute they get rid of you, you don't see your children anymore. Even when your children is sitting there asking to see you, saying, Dad, you know, when am I going to see my dad again, to the lady? The lady had to make promises to my Echo. Make promise. It's the last time you see your dad, we're going to make another appointment. We promise you're going to see your dad in 2 weeks. We're going to see your dad. Mate, I booked that thing straight away. It cost me $860 to see my daughter. $860 for 2 hours. And then I had to pay $320 for the report. So that 2 hour visit, it cost me nearly $1,200 for 2 hours to see Echo. You know, I've got to pay for that, mate. Like, it's criminal. It is criminal that you've got to outlay so much money in order to see your children, that you don't have the automatic right to see your children as their father. And they don't have the automatic right to see you as their father. You know, it's got to go through the courts, whether they allow you to be a father, whether they allow you. You know, that's criminal, bro. It's criminal that this person sits up there and she tells me that I'm never allowed to see my daughter again. You're never allowed to speak to her, never allowed to see her. You know, you're this, you're that. Really? And how did you come to that opinion? Because you and the children's lawyer got into an office and you discussed it, correct? Correct. Was there any representation of the father there on the day? Was there anything representing the father's point of view on the day at that meeting? And the answer is no. So you two got together and made an arrangement between the two of you on the best interest of course, my daughter, but it didn't include me. It didn't include me. I didn't get a point of view across. I didn't get any. I am the big DV abuser and this, that, and the other from the internet and the big bad guy on the internet. And I'm never allowed to go on the internet and talk. And I'm never allowed to do this. And I'm never... Really? Really, am I? Because you've taken everything from me. I have nothing now to hold back. Don't you understand that? You have taken everything from me. And now you want me to go away and be quiet, go away and don't talk about everything, go away and remove all the videos, remove all of your pictures, remove all of your social media. That's what they want me to do. They want me to remove my social media. You know, we don't want you talking about it. We don't want you mentioning it. Okay? Like, fuck, dude, seriously. The entitlement of a woman is insane. It's fucking crazy. Like, they take everything from you, including your children, and then they want you, if you're a social media person, to close down all of your thing and never talk about it. Just go away, okay? You're bothering me. Go away, okay? And that they're in another country enjoying their life. They don't give a fuck about you. They never did. They never will, okay? So... no, you never just move on. You never just move on. I'm in social media. I'll fucking pump that as much as I fucking want. Every stream I fucking do, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. You don't like it, Jimmy? There's the fucking door. You don't want to listen to it? There's the door. I've lost all of you originals. All of you. But you don't bring much to the table, mate. None of you bring anything to the fucking table. So why should I listen to anything that I want to fucking do or don't want to do? I'll do what the fuck I want. Yeah? I pay my bills, mate. I pay my rent here. I don't even get a fucking chocolate milk out of the situation on this channel. So I owe this channel fucking nothing, and I owe them even fucking less. And yeah, I'm over it, but I'm pissed off, Jimmy. I get pissed off. Because I'm the one that wakes up without my daughter. I'm the one that wakes up every fucking day, brother, and I don't see my fucking daughter. Yeah? So yeah, I get pissed off. I'll be pissed off for the next, 12 years, Jimmy. The next 10 years, the next 9 years until my daughter contacts me. And I'll make sure that my live stream is live, my channel is live, the videos are there, the proof is there, the pictures are there. There is no lying here. There's no make-believe, mate, here. Okay? I've already been lied on enough, mate, for now. It ain't going to happen no more. I'll talk any way I want to talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. I just got done talking about a whole bunch of silver, mate. How you're going to go through the roof. I'd be more worried about that, Jimmy, if I was American. You're American, right? Yeah, I'd be more worried about what the fuck your country's going to get up to in the next couple of months, mate. Okay? Because you're in a bit of fucking trouble over in America at the moment, brother, whether you realise it or not. You're getting hit from all sides. Financially, fucking, the muzzies are taking over, mate. The muzzies are taking over in America. Okay? You people are about to realise what the fuck you've imported, mate, and what you let in. And I cannot believe these people that are screaming out there, blocking these agents from removing these people. I really don't. I don't understand their logic, mate, these woke white women. Okay, they're all the fucking same. Woke white women, all with the fucking purple hearing and all the fucking nose rings and everything else. They all look the same. And they're all fucking gay. Oh, they're all gay, mate. They're all licking the biscuit down there. They fucking love it down there. They're all LBGT fucking plus over there. Can't stand the fucking lot of them. Can't stand them, brother. Cannot fucking stand them. You know why? I'll give you the perfect reason why. You know what the plus sign means, mate? In their fucking in LGBT with the fuck alphabet fucking right at the end of it, they've got a plus sign. Do you know what the plus sign stands for, brother? Have you got any idea? So that's why I can't fucking stand them. Because I know what the plus sign means.
And I know that all these fat fucking liberal fucking lesbians don't know. I know what the plus sign means. They don't. So if they knew it about it, why in the fuck would you stand up for it? Why in the fuck would you want it part of your crew or part of your lettering in your alphabet? Fuck your alphabet, mate. I'm fucking sick of the alphabet. I'm sick of the fucking muzzies. I'm sick of the alphabets. You all need to fucking just shut the fuck up. you all, seriously, bro, be whatever you want to fucking be, but I don't need to know about it. The whole world doesn't need to know about it. I don't need to cave my convictions and my feelings and what I feel because of you. Okay? The plus sign is map. Map. That's the one thing that they want to put on the flag. They want their own colour, but they can't. You know, if the laws aren't there right now. Well, once the laws change a little bit, the map sign will be up there. Okay. So no, male attracted to kids. What do they call that one? You know that one? They've got their own. I think they call it maps. Well, I don't know what it stands for. I've forgotten what it stands for. I'm trying to remember it. That is correct, yeah. She'll contact me eventually, man. That's why I do my vids, mate. I want my daughter to know the truth, man. I want my children to know the truth. I want my family to know the truth. I've got my own personal beliefs, mate, my own personal feelings. And apparently, I don't fucking matter what I think, feel, or want, only what they matter. Only with their feelings and what they want and how they are. Fuck you, bitch. You're not even in my fucking life. I'll do what the fuck I want. This is Australia. No. It's the same as a fucking 20-year ago ex telling me what I should and shouldn't fucking say. Fuck you. Fuck you, man. Why did I mix the blood, you fucking racist fat fucking cow? Yeah, that didn't last very long around me, did it, you fat fuck? You talk your shit around me. But I'm the same all the time, bro. I'm not just this way because I'm online with you. I am this way because I'm this way. This is how I think. This is how I think, okay? All right? Now, you know, I could show you my old shit. You know, my old, like, the videos that I used to watch on Facebook. And that was at the time when I was starting to awaken, starting to realise, you know, what's going on around me. Not in regards to personally, but in the world. You know, how corrupt it is, and these fucking ministers that I used to believe in and vote for. Well, I never voted for them, but fucking, you know, the banking system, all of that, man. I started to wake up to the gold and silver. I started to wake up to the manipulation in the stock market and stuff like that. Do you realise, mate, that fuck went and reported me to the fucking cops? My own fucking wife goes down to the cop station and reports me, man, for watching videos on YouTube that she doesn't approve of. They're anti-government videos. He's a conspiracy theorist. You need to go and talk to him. That is what that fucking person did to me, mate. Because you know why? Because in their fucking communist fucking country, when you report somebody, they come out and arrest you. They come out and arrest you, mate, and question you. Why are you watching these videos? Why are you talking this way? And that's what that fucking person was expecting to happen, mate. That's what she was expected to happen. She was expecting to go down there, make a report that your husband's watching a conspiracy theory video on YouTube. He watches Alex Jones. And apparently I was supposed to get arrested for that. So no, mate, let's not play pretend. Let's not play Disneyland bullshit. The person would have had you arrested way back then. You understand if you were in her country, mate, and you did that? Fuck. Can you only imagine, mate, if your wife called up in China and you're in China and she calls up the cops and says he's listening to Alex Jones through a VPN. He's watching conspiracy theories. Can you only imagine? You know what instead happened? You know what instead happened? You're going to get a laugh out of this, brother. Because there's no action. I'm a man. I got needs. Viewer. You know, when I'm married, when you're with your girlfriend, you're attracted to her. Oh, fuck, maybe you want to fucking bang her. Maybe, just maybe, right? But You're not allowed to do any of that. You see, you're not welcome to do any of that. So you can go away for an entire fucking month with somebody in a foreign country and you don't go near them. You fucking don't touch them. Like, that's a fucked up mentality, brother. Let me fucking tell you. You know what happened, right? Well, I've got the VPN. I've got the fucking Pornhub up, right? In China, right? I've got it up, right? I'll fucking crack it away, right? I'm thinking, this is good. I've got the baby oil. I've got a couple of beers. I've got something to eat. We'll get it fucking happening here because nothing's fucking happening in there. And if I don't calm these blue balls down, there's going to be a big fucking problem, mate. I'm going to start arcing up a little bit, right? I'm going to start fucking complaining, right? Because I'm a man. I'm a man. I don't have to give excuses for being a fucking man. I'm sick of men that we have to give an excuse for how we are. They don't give an excuse for themselves, mate. They're fucking perfect. They're perfect. So why aren't we perfect, mate? You know, why does it come back to the default that the man's a cunt, right? Because he wants this or he wants that, he's a cunt, right? No, mate, I've got the Pornhub happening. I'm fucking sitting there. I've got the Japanese fucking stepmum popping about. You know, it's all on, mate. It's a charvy going on. We've got it happening this end, that end. It's all fucking piling in, mate. The next thing you know, the phone shuts down. The phone shuts down. The phone completely kiboshes, mate. It's completely fucked. You can't even open the desktop, mate. They fucking put the kibosh in, brother. They put the kibosh in, right? Because you got the fucking triple X in, mate. So they get a knock at the door in the morning, 8:30 in the morning. There's a knock at the door. The cops are fucking there. The little blue coats are there. And they want to fucking, we've got this to this address. Who was watching it? You're not allowed to watch it. It's illegal. Apparently it's illegal there. I didn't know. And they just told them that I was a tourist. You know, they didn't know about it. You know, and that's how they got out of it, bro. That's how they got out of it and didn't get into any trouble. Because I just put my hand up and the guy just looked at me like I'm a filthy. I said, I don't care. I don't care. I don't get no action. And I'm waiting for them to complain because I'm going to fucking, mate, as soon as they open their mouth, I'm going to fucking pay out on them. Like both of them, the mother and the fucking daughter, okay? Because I don't get it. What are you talking about? What am I, a monk? Am I a fucking eunuch? Did you marry a eunuch? Did you marry a monk? Did you go out to the monastery in the fucking mountain somewhere in Sichuan and you open the wooden doors and there's a little fucking bloke there that you fucking, he's a monk? And you married him? Yeah? He's not expecting anything. He doesn't even need fucking food. He's a monk. He lives off the fucking air. You don't have to do anything for that cunt, right? But I'm a man, and I'm a Western man. And I love the little bit of fucking ching-chings, brother. I fucking love the Asian, mate. If it's not yellow, it's not mellow. If it's not spliced, it's not iced, brother. I'm an Asian fucking foozerist, mate. I love this shit. I'm in amongst all of this shit, brother. It's pig everywhere, bro, right? And what really fucking cut me as a man, is I'm watching these couples, mate, and none of these people walk 10 feet in fucking head. None of them. None of these girlfriends or wives walk 10 feet in front of their husbands. All of them are hugging him. All of them are showing affection to the man. All of them are holding their hand as they walk down the road. All of them are kissing in fucking public. You know, it's a completely different fucking thing here. So I didn't get fooled at all. I got pissed off. The more I'm out and the more that I can see what the real fucking, because I'm being told that, oh no, you're not allowed to do that in public. You're not allowed to do any of that in public. Rah, 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 rah. Mate, have a look around you. What, are you kidding me? Anyway, brothers. No. You can call whoever you fucking like, you little rat. Shall I call the police? Call whoever you fucking like. You make a phone call, you're a rat. Simple as that. You're nothing but a fucking rat. And this is not TikTok, fucker. This ain't TikTok. This is YouTube. So good luck with that shit. Good luck with that, brother. So no, mate. What are we at now, mate? Can someone look at the stock market? I've been on for 2 hours. Someone tell me what we're at, dude. Where are we in the silver, man? Have we climbed up at all? We were at fucking $92, mate, the last time I looked. Okay? And $104 in Shanghai, US. $104 US Shanghai. So I'm expecting it to try and get up to 100, mate. That's the new bottom line is 100 US. Imagine if you were a smart bloke, mate, years ago, and you bought this shit for $12 an ounce. Imagine how fucking vindicated you would feel, brother. Imagine how vindicated you would feel. You know, if you've been buying this shit at $12 an ounce, $15 an ounce, $18 an ounce, because that's when those Chinese billionaires or the Chinese rich people, that's when they bought their ounces. You know, they had a full breakdown of the 5 people that their silver got confiscated in China, and they were private citizens, and they'd been collecting for years. And all of it was legal, all of it was in storage in a unit, and it was all legal, taxes paid, and legitimately bought on the books at $12 an ounce and $15 an ounce. Nothing illegal. Nothing illegal at all. And this was a businesswoman that had put all of her family's wealth in the business that she'd earned into the metal. Another one was an old man who had been collecting forever, his entire life. He's been collecting silver. He amassed 1 ton. Just the old man, 1 ton of silver, 135 million ounces, okay? And the lady, she had nearly 2 ton, 2 fucking ton, sitting in a registered vault, mate, in the Shanghai Bank, fucking in the registered vault, bro, fucking completely legal. And they went in and confiscated it. They confiscated it because it's a strategic metal now. They redesignated it. So it's no longer your investment thing, rah-rah. They can just go in and confiscate it. All the countries can do that. Not just China, mate. All of them. US, all of them, mate. Every single country can do it. It's very scary. Don't you understand? They basically confiscated 5,000 ounces of silver. Seriously, 5,000 ounces of silver from 5 different businessmen, really rich people. Because it's all categorized, it's all legal. They can look it up and they know what you got. So, you know, that's the next big warning for these people in America that have been hoarding and collecting for years and years and years. Like there's that one guy, Salivate Metal, on YouTube, Salivate Metal. And like he's got, you know, he's been collecting this and doing this for 15, 20 years. Yeah, he's the kind of guy they're going to go after. He's the kind of guy they're going to look at. He's the kind of guy they're going to look into the paperwork and find out how many, and you know when and where and everything. And I mean, they're buying them at SD Bullion. They've been buying them from the Perth Mint. You know, it's all recorded, man. It's all in the computer somewhere, so they can find out exactly how much you got. And you know, it may be you're only allowed, you know, half a ton. You're only allowed a quarter of a ton, and then that's fine. But over that, not good. And then they can just lower it. They can say you're only allowed 1,000 ounces and the rest of it needs to be handed into the government. They could lower it down to 100 ounces and say that it's illegal to hold it because it's a strategic metal. You know, we need it for our missiles. We need it for our defences. We need it for our country's security. I swear to God. It's on the books, man. It's on the books. Don't think that it won't happen. Don't think that it can't happen. Don't think that, because it's in our mind as normal people, it's just not plausible. It's just not plausible, right? But it's already happened. It's already happened. You know, they're already doing it. So to think that it's not capable of, or it may not happen, you're really just putting yourself into a dream world. You're better off to say to yourself, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. How do I safeguard against it? Or how could I possibly safeguard against it? You know, you're better off to take that option. So that's why I tell you about it. You know? The rest of it, all our governments are totally fucked, mate, and corrupt. We are in a really bad time right now. And, you know, I woke up the other day, you know, and like there was a news thing on, and like they were saying, you know, Albanese's the worst prime minister, and, you know, Albanese this and Albanese that, you know. And, you know, being an old bloke, well, I've seen so many of these prime ministers, mate. Like, I've seen all of them since I was a kid. And I've never seen any of these prime ministers leave office and everybody is cheering, mate. Everybody's fucking cheering, brother. You know, like they're in the streets fucking telling you how great of a guy he is, you know. They want to erect a statue for him. That's how fucking good he is, mate. They want to erect a statue for the Prime Minister. That shit don't happen anymore. You know, every Prime Minister is hated. Every fucking one of them. You know, every single one of them, mate. You know, they're hated, bro. You know, that Jacinta Allen, she went out to the fire authority. She went out to some country town that'd been burnt down. And I'm serious, man, burnt to the fucking ground. And because of their laws, the council laws, you're not allowed to clear your land, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to cut down a tree. You can't fucking do anything on your own land because you don't own your land. The council owns your land. Whoever makes the rules that you have to live by owns you. You're a fucking slave. You have to live by what they tell you to do. So that makes you a fucking slave. It's really simple. Fucking, I know you don't like to think about it that way, but that is how the council thinks of it. That is how the people in charge think of it. You're chattel. You're the slave. They're the boss. And they tell you how to fucking live and what to do and what you can do, and they make you pay for it at the end of it. And if you don't pay for it, well, they just take your land. It's as simple as that. Well, once you don't pay your council rates, and I think it's 5 years. I think it's 5 years now. If you don't pay your council rates, they can take your land. They can take your house if you don't pay your council rates. You don't own anything, and you will be happy. You will own nothing and be happy. And you're already that. You're already that. You already own nothing, and you walk around in a fucking you know, your football and your beer and your fucking debt slavery, and you're happy. You're happy in your little world, yeah? You know, I repeated something at the start of the stream, and I keep, you know, making sure that I tell you, you know, because a lot of my stream is after I stop it and put it on the internet, it gets views. So most of my views are after the stream. They're not. I get fuck all in my stream. I get 10 people in my stream. It's been blacklisted or whatever it's called, you know, like the people don't get the notifications. People get unsubscribed from my channel. My channel never grows, in case you haven't realised that, viewer. My channel doesn't grow. It doesn't get past a certain point, and then that's fucking it. Okay? I've been around for years, man, and I can't even get 5,000 subscribers. You know, I see channels that have just started, bro, and they've already got a plaque at the back of there. They've got a YouTube plaque, whatever it is. They've got that. The channel's 12 months old. Just a reaction video. Just sitting there watching other people's videos with a reaction. Some of the videos are him reacting to someone else's reaction video. So you've got their reaction video playing, and then his reaction, he's making a video about that. Like, I'm scratching my fucking head. Like, why wouldn't you just go to the original video? Why are we going third hand here? Well, fuck us, you know. So no, my shit is ignored, mate, and blacklisted, bro. A lot of the stuff I talk about, they don't want, you know, they don't want out kind of thing, right? So yeah, if you can just subscribe or whatever they call it, push the button, and try and get me over viewers, because we've never grown a viewer, mate, in fucking months. We have no new viewers. Okay, none. Be a member on my channel if you can. $4.90 a month. And it's all there. Alright, I got my wallet today. I got my wallet yet. Alright, we're going to get this done, boys. I hope you have a good day today, boys. It's a Friday. Right, it's a pretty nice day out here in Melbourne. I hope you have a good day today. I do hope you got some love in your life. That isn't fake and bullshit. Good luck to that. Really, really good luck. I really wish and hope you do have that in your life, mate. I wish I had that in my life. I wish that I had someone that I could believe in, mate. You know, when you ask them a question, that it's the truth. you know, and they actually answer you. They actually answer you, mate, not just ignore you and walk away. Like, fuck, and that did my head in. It fucking does your head in, brother. It really is. When you're trying to have communication, you're trying to talk to the person, and they just walk away. Or they just look at you and go, blah, blah, blah. And then they walk away. Because they're just so great. Hopefully, man, Johnny, I hope so, man. Maybe this will be a better year for you this year. I hope so, dude. I'm just taking my time with everything, if that's okay. I'm not in any rush, man. I'm just taking my time. I'm living in a bit of peace and quiet. You know, other than coming on here, man, you see how I live. There's no television on, there's no lights on, man. I go home and I'm quiet. You know, I try not to be depressed about it. I'm trying to move on, but it takes time, because I'm the one that walked away with the baggage. I'm the one that walked away with all the negative. You know, that person walked away completely positive. They got everything that they wanted. Oh, minus a couple of grand, mate, that I gave to the lawyers, which they're very pissed off about. But that's the only thing that cost them anything. Other than that, they walked away with everything. So they would be feeling whole. They feel whole. You know, they're on holidays, mate. they're on perpetual holidays. Fuck. So no, mate. They you know. So the man walks away with all the baggage, mate. And my main baggage is not seeing Echo. Like, that's, you know, I can't fucking get over that, man. I'm sorry, I really can't. It's like me forgetting that I missed 15 years of Kyra and Mia's life. You know, that's what reminds me of. And then I think to myself, why did I miss those years? Were you a cunt? Were you a bad father? Did you do something wrong? Rah rah. No, it's because that fucked. You know, she wanted to fucking go and get the new boyfriend, and he wants to be a dad, and he looks at me and says, "Oh no, I'm their dad now." Really, you fucking thingy fuck. You know, let the girls drive away, you fuck, and let's go to the park, okay? And you can explain to me how you're their father, you know? And then the guy goes down to the cop station and gets a protective order because he's in fear of his life. And that's all he wanted to do. He just wanted me to, you know? And then when I was going to punch on with the cunt, like I went home, my daughter was sick. She had an epileptic fit, and she was in the hospital. And my daughter asked me to go home and get her teddy bear and her blanket. And so I went to Zoom home to get the teddy bear and blanket. And then when I got home, there's the new fucking boyfriend and the brother, and they're threatening me. You know, the brother takes the keys out of my car and refuses to give me the keys back and wants to punch on with me, telling me that this is their new dad now and I need to get over it, and I'm not going back to the hospital, and you know, you need to walk away now, it's his responsibility, all that fucking shit. And to this day they think I'm lying. They've told my daughters that didn't happen. And what the fuck, did I just make that up, did I? I just made up that whole storyline, right? So, you know, this fucking skinny fuck, the new boyfriend, he stood in the background with his arms folded and had the brother come in. He had the brother come in to sort me out, you know? And, like, he can't even fight his own fucking battles, bro. So I've fucking threatened the cunt, and I finally got my keys back and zoomed back to the hospital, and by that time they've already got there before me. And told the security that I'm going to cause all these problems, rah, 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 and they had me removed from the hospital. So I couldn't even go in and see my own daughter. Like, that shit's fucking wrong, man. What a cunt's act. What a cunt act. To fucking stand there telling someone, though, they're not your children anymore, they're his children now. What a fucking dog, mate. What an absolute fucking rat. Okay? So, I've never forgiven any of that. I'm still, you know what I mean? I've still got those memories, man, clear as fuck. And that's 20 years ago. You know, I'm still fucking dirty on it, mate. You know what I mean? Every time I speak to these people, I call them cunts. Don't you understand that? I am the same to them as I am now. You know? Like, as soon as that person opened her mouth, I fucking jammed that shit down her throat. Don't fucking talk about my kids, you fucking fat cunt. What the fuck did you say? You know, like, I jumped down her throat, mate. I don't know you nothing. Okay, I don't have to be quiet no more. All right, I'm a fucking man. I'm not no weak fucking pussy. All right, I'm a fucking man. All right. So no. I get jacked with it, bro. I get jacked with it, man. I miss my little daughter. I miss her eyes and her face. You know, and as I said earlier, I'm haunted I am haunted, brother. You don't understand. My little daughter, she didn't want to leave that day. You know, like she's asking me, when am I going to see Daddy again? You know, she was asking the lady, you know, and we both made the promise, this won't be the last time you see your dad. You know, we're going to make another appointment. You know, I promise that you'll see your dad again. You know? And I didn't get to see my daughter again. Okay? So that shit fucking haunts me as a dad. It haunts anybody. I'm human. What the fuck? I am human. It doesn't matter who you speak to, who you go and talk to. You can never get it out of your fucking head, brother. You can never get it. You can never just walk on with it. So it's going to take me a little while. It's going to take me fuck, dudes. What do you want me to say? Oh, fuck, you know. All I can do is laugh about it. And fucking, you know, like, I can't help it, man. You know, like, I dream about it. Don't you understand? Like, I dream about it. You dream about your children. If you're a father, you would understand. If you're a mother, you would understand. You don't just forget your children, mate. You can't. You know, I still have memories of Kyra and Mia, mate, and they're grown adults now. And I can still remember my Kyra and Mia, you know, taking care of them. I can still remember all of that. I can remember the last day that I was with them and the sheriff coming on the night before and giving me the paperwork. And then from that day onwards, I never seen my fucking daughters again. You know, suddenly I'm a DV and I'm this and I'm that and I'm an abuser and the same fucking shit that I got this time around. Because it's a standard thing. That's what they say to every fucking man. It's a standard thing. You think your ex-wife is going to walk into court and tell them how much of a great guy you are? What, are you kidding me? You think she's going to walk in there and tell them you're a great dad? You know, every fucking woman says it, mate. They all say the same thing. Every single woman. Every single one of them. But I'll do my best, I promise, man. Yeah, it completely fucks you up, Johnny. You know, you'd understand, mate, if you had kids. I promise you, brother, you would understand, okay? The minute you hold your children, man, in your arms, your whole world will fucking change. Your whole mental fucking thing will change. You know? I mean, look at how I grew up, brother. Look at how I grew up, being shipped around the fucking world my entire life. I didn't have a fucking home, bro. I was 3 years with Dad, 3 years with Mum, 3 years with Dad, backwards and forwards around the fucking world. You know, I left school at 16, you know? All I ever wanted was a family, bro. I swear to God in the Bible. I wanted to be a husband, I wanted to be a father, I wanted to raise my children. That's what I wanted to do. And I always promised myself, you know, because of the way that I grew up. You know, I didn't have no fucking mum and dad. You know, I was on the street at fucking 17, you know, 18 or whatever, my bags were put on the door. So, you know, I grew up and I always promised myself, you know, that's what I wanted. And that's why I put so much into it when I had it. You know, I was willing to put up with whatever, and go through whatever to try and keep that family unit together. That's why. You know, and I never got it. I could never, fuck. I couldn't do it, man. I got totally fucking heartbroken, bro. I was heartbroken when I came home from work and all my shit was moved out. Okay? That's when I knew the marriage was over. That's when I knew all of this was fake. You know, it's just absolutely fake. And the only distraction I've got is when the mum comes over, and at least I've got some, you know, distraction there. Because I get along better with the mother than I ever did with the wife. At least I could talk to mum. You can't talk to the wife. She just ignores you and tells you she doesn't understand you. I know speak English. Fucking brilliant. So, no, that's why. I always wanted to be a dad, man. I'm a good dad. I think I'm a good dad. I really do. So, and when that's taken from you, bro, it's like a huge gap. It's like a huge thing missing out of your life, man. Yeah? Shit, dude, I've still got my kids' pictures and they're grown-ass adults. I've still got my children's pictures on the counter and I look at them every day. and they're grown-ass adults now. They're nearly 30. They're nearly 30 years old, bro. And I've got my pictures and they're 5 and 3 years old, you know? So every time I look at them, I got those memories of them. You know, I look at Echo's pictures, I've got Echo's memory. You know, why should I forget Echo? You know what I mean? You should never forget Echo. She's all that mattered. None of you mattered back then. I hope you remember that, viewer. This shit got closed down every time my daughter came home. You know, I closed it down. I didn't run a live stream with Echo in the background or with her. You know, if she ran into the garage while I was on live stream, she was asked to leave. You know, I filmed the ones where I'm cooking and I'm feeding my daughter, because that proves that I take care of my daughter. That's why I filmed that. You know, me and Echo eating at the table. Well, that proves that I cooked my daughter dinner. And that person can't say to me, oh, you don't ever do anything for your daughter, you don't cook for her, you don't take care of her, because that's what I was being told. You don't do anything for her, okay? And my family are the ones that asked me to record. I didn't come up with that idea, mate, I'm not that clever. My sister came up with that idea. Like, she really did. Maybe I should have used some of those videos in court, you know, showing that I took care of her. Maybe I should have used those videos, huh? But anyway, mate, the world evolves around. That's just life, I suppose, I know. But the rest of the world, mate, I'm comfortable, okay? I'm okay, I'm happy, I don't complain. I had some guy assault me the other week, broke my phone, smashed my phone up. Oh, you're not allowed to film in public, you know, you're filming me. You're in public, yeah, you're not allowed to film me without my permission. What country do you live in? I said, of course I'm allowed to film. So the guy swipes my phone and smashes it on the ground and then runs away. These fucking muzzies, mate, I swear to God. Muslim guy. Da, 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 da. Yeah, Johnny. I'm not complaining, man. Too late to complain or whatever. But fucking, yeah, that wasn't easy, bro. I remember fucking leaving there. My shit was on the doorstep. And I had nowhere to go. So I'm just a fucking kid, mate. So I ended up just walking into Liverpool, bro. I ended up walking into Liverpool trying to find a job, supermarket, wherever, cashier, whatever. You know, just trying to find somewhere to work. Because apparently I'm not allowed to spruik anymore. I'm not allowed to do what I'm trained to do, how I would normally earn money. I'm not allowed to do that anymore. You know, like they want to earn money from me, but they don't want me to earn money on my own. But you can come and work for me, but you're not allowed to do it on your own. That is a rich man's logic, bro. You know? You either work for them, mate, or they try and close you down. Because that's the rich. Right, I bring my wallet down. Too busy online, mate. I totally forgot about it. I thought I had it in my bag. And it wasn't in my bag. That's a heavy one. Tripod and phone cradle. What in there? How do you reckon, viewer? It might help the stream. It's got a holder for the phone. And a holder for your, what is it, a camera? Tripod, phone, cradle. Organiser keeps essential is another one. That's a flat one. This one's alright. Sit on the counter, mate.
I paid for your yeah.
What is this? 10 by 40 millimetre lens with carry case. So what is it? Binoculars or something, is it? Magnifier monocolor. What does that mean, viewer? reckon. Some kind of holder for home. No, mate, it's all good.
That's fine. Yeah, thank you.
I paid for the bag already. Yeah.
It probably might take a while, right? Sorry about the so many items.
Lovely. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay.
G'day, how are you?
1 minute, man. Organise this one. Right, tracking. Thanks, mate. You too, man. Shipping has gone up around $5 or $6. Shipping has risen in the last, I don't know, 6 months, I suppose, something like that. It's risen. I've noticed the price on that. Have you noticed the price of cost of living, viewer? How in the fuck do you people survive, mate? If you got a family, you got to actually buy all the groceries for. You know, I was talking to someone, man, and I asked them how much they pay. And the lady said that she pays $500 every 2 weeks or something for food. $500. Do you reckon that's about right? You know, I went in there. It depends, you know, because like I look at shit right with a yellow ticket, mate. It's got to have a yellow ticket on it, or I'm not interested, right? I can't afford this shit, dude. That's just the truth, right? But mate, a T-bone steak was $18 for a T-bone steak, raw. Just the one steak, $18. It was $45 a kilo, brother. $45 a kilo for fucking T-bone steak in Australia. That is incredibly expensive. You know, you're looking at $46 a kilo for lamb cutlet. $46 a kilo lamb cutlet. In Australia, how many animals we have here? You know how many abattoirs we have here? You know how many fucking animals we have here? Like, it doesn't seem logical that a raw fucking T-bone would cost me $18, mate. It really doesn't, bro. It just doesn't seem logical. But that's what they charge here. Potatoes are nearly $5 a kilo, $4.90 a kilo. So 3 potatoes will cost you fucking nearly $4. 3 potatoes. Just 3 fucking potatoes, bro. Fucking, what a fucking joke, bro. A bag of potatoes I bought the other day was $8. $8 for a bag of potato. These are just the staple, you know, general things that you would normally get, right? But nowadays it's turning into a special occasion. You know, a special occasion is to buy a fucking T-bone for $18 raw and go home and cook it. You know what I mean? But for you to go out and eat it, a T-bone will cost you $60, $70. You know, I know the one Ardane here, the restaurant here. I'll show you, man. That charges $30 right there. The last time I went in there for a steak, I think it was 200 grams or something of steak. It was $30 with mashed potato and vegetable. So that was a pretty good value, really. That's what you're looking at nowadays for a tiny piece of meat. What is it? It says now steak night and burger night, pasta night and game night. Like it must be for game. I've never been in there, man. It smells really good when it's open, though. It's called Ordains, mate, in Seaford. And if you've got a Sheila, it'd be a nice place to take the girl, mate. Like a really nice place, you know? Have you seen all these videos now? Have you seen all these videos now on TikTok, man, of the men that are, or women that, or men really, that invite these women out for a date? You know, they invite them out for a date, and then they want the chick to pay half. They want the chick to pay half of the date. There's no robots, mate. I don't know. A big gigantic lizard, mate. Fucking dinosaur. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. It's too big. It's too big and too plasticky, man. That would have been from the T-Rex. It's only $20 too, man. It's only $20. That's not bad value for $20, man. not bad value, but I like robots. That's what I come here looking for, robots. Or, you know, kids' toy that I like. But I am enticed, man, to be honest. $20. Oh, how you doing? I hope you're happy, healthy and well today, viewer. Good, man. Good, man. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. If you're flick through my videos, would you mind leaving the play, let the ads play out, and stop flicking through everything all the time, clicking through everything all the time? It's the only monetary value the channel has, and it's not a whole lot. So just let it play out if you don't mind, or as you're watching me, open up a different box and start and put the sound down and let it fucking whack through, bro, okay, while you're watching me. And at least you can do my channel a favour. 1890, mate. Uncle Dick. Wonder what that's about, bro. 1890, mate. That's pretty old, bro. Don't really like that sandwich. Wagner stories. What's that? 1912, mate. I wouldn't mind finding an old, like, encyclopedia or fucking maps, you know, shit like that. I always look for that, those kind of things, man. The old maps. Mate, what a deep tunnel to go into, mate, is the past. You know, there's a big awakening happening, boys. A huge, huge awakening, you know, and people are going after the past. They're asking questions, they're wondering what happened, and it just doesn't seem to make sense of what we've been told. And some of these pictures I see, they amaze me, and I just look at them and go, it just can't be true. You know, like giants, and they've got actual pictures of them, bro. Like real people, you know, back in 1806 and shit like that. You know, walking down the street with normal people. They've got them pictured next door to each other and stuff. You know, and then you think to yourself, well, you know, the Smithsonian confiscates all bones. It takes them. And then apparently puts them into storage. And then I looked up the Smithsonian and they made a statement saying that all of the bones have been gotten rid of. They ran out of storage room, so they've destroyed all of the giant bones. They've destroyed them all. So it's an erasing of our past, an erasing of our history. You know, and you look at these buildings, man, it's just really got me puzzled. You know, I'll try and work it out on the computer, how we can talk to each other with a computer. But you look up Tartaria and you look up all of these, you know, and there's huge buildings and, you know, something happened, man. Some kind of flood happened and something happened. And they reckon that it was the oil industry. You know, but I don't understand it, man. It's just, I really, really don't. You know, because it was free energy. It was free energy, man. And there was no money. You know, they didn't need money. Everyone was part of a guild. You know, and you had a profession. And the more professional you were and the better in your job, then the more you went up in the guild. And your living quarters and everything about you changed. You know, they give you a new house and, you know, free education, and there's all this stuff, man. It's like, it just can't be true, you know, you just shake your head. And what's this orphan trains? What are all these pictures, man, of orphan trains that we find? You know, like there's no kids anywhere, just a few adults and an entire train of children. And it says on the side of it, orphan train. Like, well, what is that about? What the fuck, where did they come from? It kind of puzzles me. All that shit puzzles me. Yeah, give us a thumbs up. Good on you, Spark. I don't really get many in the chat nowadays, mate, in case you haven't noticed. Like, I'm lucky to get 10 people in my chat, mate, at any time. Doesn't matter what fucking time I go on, mate. Yeah, like that's just... All my views are afterwards. I only ever get views after. I see that Spidey's come back online. I see that he's trying to get back there, trying to get back to that old feeling, I suppose, that he had. Good luck with that. I don't know. I don't think it's going to work out for him too good, mate. So hopefully he doesn't come back too often. You know, he tries to find a path in life. He was doing better when he was a shearer, you know, and then he just went online, he was a shearer, but at least he had a fucking job. You know what I mean? At least he had a job, mate. Yeah, I got to walk all the way fucking down there, man, to get a coffee milk. And then I got to walk all the way fucking home again. So by the time I get home, I'm fucked. I've got to get some kind of transport, man, electric bike or something, man. I've got to get something, okay? Like, it's a fucking joke, man. I'm this channel here, and I can't even buy fucking coffee milk, bro. You know what I mean? But I got money. I'm okay. I've got money. I've got enough money for a coffee milk in my pocket, so I'm happy. And we'll have a look at the specials. We'll see what's on today. See if I can get some chicken wings or something like that. Some chicken legs for tonight's dinner. You know, try and get a couple of nights of dinner, so I don't have to come all the way back down here again. Fucking hell, mate. They live shitty, don't they? Look, man, they broke down his fences, man, so they could go in there. This was all sealed, bro. They had a huge fence there, see? And they fucking smashed it all down, man. I wonder why they wanted to get into there for. I don't know. Mate, I reckon we should just get in the car, get a fucking couple of gold pans, and just head out into the Victorian whatever it is, and we'll just, you know, be miners, mate. We'll sit there fucking looking for gold, okay? That's all we need to do, just get a nice tent, you know. Actually, that sounds like shit. It'd be really hot, and I got nowhere to have a shower, and I can't have a wank. There'd be nothing cold to drink. There'd be no chocolate milk out there, would there? So, nah, that's probably not a good idea, okay? I don't think I'd last very long out there. Hey, man, have you seen that new... There's a video kicking around. It runs for like a minute, and it was this search parties, and they're looking for this hiker out in the middle of the forest somewhere, right? And they can't find the guy. He's been missing for 2 days, and they can't find him. So the guy in the helicopter, he's up in the helicopter, and he's filming, you know, he's like following this path up the mountain. He's following this path, and I don't know what the fuck it was. I really don't. I don't know what it was, but it was carrying or dragging what looked like a human behind it, and it's like a gigantic fucking ape. So, I don't know, they're trying to pass it off as Sasquatch. You know, he's kidnapped the guy, rah-rah, he's dragging him along the ground, rah-rah. You seen that one? Jesus H, dude. You seen the one where they've got it locked in a cage? And like the thing's 10 foot fucking tall, man, trying to get out of this steel cage? You seen that one? You reckon Sasquatch is real, man? You reckon they're out in the forest, man? You reckon they're up in the mountain somewhere, you know, and they go after the campers or whatever? I don't know, dude, I really don't. I don't think so. I don't think so. They've been building this for a long time, eh? That's a big house, eh, bro? Look at that, man, now selling 1.8 million for an apartment here, 1.8 million. Is that for the whole building, or that just be half the building? Because there's 2 apartments there, by the look of it. 2 different sections. Yeah, see? That's another apartment on this side. Fuck, dude, that's like a $4 million property right there. Amazing, hey? Have a rest, mate. Ba-na-na-na-na. Right, man. Almost there. Almost there. Get some grocery, go home and rest, mate. That's it for me for the whole day. By the time I get home, I'm buggered. I cleaned some people's house today. Oh, sorry, during the week. I'm like this carer. I don't know if I'm a carer. But anyway, I go along and I help him out, do his chores for him, you know, done some grocery shopping for him, you know. He's okay, man, he's not, you know. But some people live, you know, like just, I don't understand, right? Just really full on, man. You walk in and the place, it absolutely everywhere, or dog, and it just smells like a fucking musty dog in here. It smells like the whole thing is like the dog's bed, you know? So I try not to, like, I've learned not to do the vacuuming. That's way too much effort, and you'll be there for way too fucking long trying to get those hairs out of that carpet. You know, they're interwoven. They're part of the carpet now. They're a permanent fucking fixture, these hairs, mate. So I just do that for 3 days a week. That gets me out of the house. I can help someone. I feel better inside when I help someone. And I don't mind it if a guy calls me and he's like, can you please drop a packet of smokes off? I know, I'm sorry. You know, you weren't supposed to come, rah-rah, but I really, you know, if you can, you know. You know what I mean? I don't mind that. It gives me something to do. It makes me feel good inside. At least I'm helping someone, right? So his house is a lot cleaner. The place is a lot cleaner, man. I did all the mopping and I did all the dishes and all the counters and all the garbage bins and washed out the garbage bin for him and took it all out the front for the big garbage man, took it all out for him. Had some lunch, listened to a fairy tale, listened to his story. They all like to tell a story, bro. They all got something to say. So they tell you all about their life and shit. The guy's out of the, went to the army or something, was in the war. You know, you listen to these war stories, bro. I regret not putting the phone on. He's got some hell of a stories. You know, it was a whole different era back then, wasn't it, boys? It was a whole different era back then. Different people, man, different breed.